Welcome to the Sports Pitch Podcast. I'm Ali, and with me are my boys.
I'm Moey. How are we?
Billy, nice to meet you guys.
All right, and just before we get started, I just want to talk about how crazy everything's been getting this whole thing rolling. We literally started talking about this, how long ago?
3 years?
No, not 3 years, but like a year ago. Around sometime last year, around Ramadan, and now we're starting at Ramadan, which is, it's good, bad, but, you know, we got the ball rolling. We're finally here, we're very excited. A lot of things had to fall into place to finally get to where we are now. And, again, very, very excited. What do you guys want to say about that, the whole journey of getting to this point?
It was a process, but we finally got there. I guess it took its time, but let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah, let's do that. But before we start, again, there are a lot of people in the background that have helped us get to this point. A lot of people, everyone that I've spoken to, and I know the boys as well, everyone they've told, man, when's this starting? When's this going to get rolling? We're just very excited to be here, and we're here, you know, because of the help of all the people behind the scenes. You know, all these props, they didn't just appear. A lot of people, you know, gave us jerseys, and a lot of people just helped us out with whatever they could. And we really do appreciate everyone, people behind the scenes, the people that are taking care of the directing of all this and the sound and all of that. Without these people, this could not happen. So before we start anything, I want to say thank you to those people. And yeah, let's begin. So we're going to start off with a breakdown of the sport that we all grew up with, man. That we all grew up with what?
Rugby league.
Rugby league, man. Rugby league. Sure. It's in our blood. All right. So since day one, I've been a massive rugby league nerd. I know these two have as well. Yeah. All right. So just before we start, who do we support? Start with Moey.
It's a bit rough, but Dragons.
The Dragons, yeah. So about to be coachless very soon.
Yeah, it's heading that way.
I'm a Doggies fan. It's not that much better, but I'll take it.
Just a bit better.
And we don't worry about him.
Look, the Roosters. I don't have to say much. Double premiership.
Where is it? Is it there? There it is. Yeah. All right. So the Roosters. We've got a Roosters, Bulldog, and Dragons fan. So you're going to get a lot of different insights and try to not be as biased as possible. But it's going to be very hard with these two here. But
look, we do support our own individual teams, but we're a fan of the sport more than anything.
That is right. That is right.
And I think me and Mohammed or Moey, we can both say that we actually hate the Bulldogs.
Definitely.
However, I have succumbed to that due to playing Supercoach and having a couple of Bulldogs players.
Who do you have? Who do you love?
Max King.
Max King. Oh, Max King.
My knight in shining armour.
Max King. Love Max King. All right, so we'll start off with the first game of the round. We had Penrith versus Parramatta. It was a cracker way to start the week.
Grand final rematch. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, but then they call it the Battle of the West.
Battle of the West, that's fine, yeah.
Hey, look, I'm going to start off by saying the most underrated fullback, Dylan Edwards.
Very safe. I must say very safe.
I think he's overrated.
Overrated?
Yeah, I think he's overrated.
No, I couldn't say that, no.
Wow.
I think you take him out of Penrith, honestly. Take him out of Penrith.
But it's not on Penrith making him look good, it's his effort.
No, but take him out of Penrith. Does he perform well?
I reckon he does.
It's exactly like the Melbourne halfback.
No,
Hughes. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but if you watch the Penrith games, Edwards does it by himself. They kick long to him, he runs hard at the line, breaks through the line.
You can't teach his positioning and his safeness under the high ball. It's just
he's a hard runner, but
when you're a half, your players around you make you look good.
Yeah, I just think he's overrated.
Look, he does have his individual talent. It's not like the team can teach him to get under that high ball or just be safe in general. It's something you gotta have, and he's got it.
I don't know. I feel like it's because of the team he's in, but he does run hard. He reminds me a lot of Luke Patton as a Doggies fan.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, I do love Luke Patton, but yeah. So
Dylan
Edwards, he's been killing it since they went on this run of form. Even though they did lose to this week, but he's been a 7 out of 10 every week, if not a 10 out of 10.
Do you remember a couple of years ago we used to laugh at him, me and you?
Yeah, we couldn't stand
the way he used to drop the balls.
We couldn't stand it. He has come a long way. He
put in the hard work. You got to give him the credit, man.
He's been playing good football, but I still think he's a system player. I think you take him out of that system, he's like just a run of the mill fullback.
All right, the question is, would you put him at the Dogs?
No.
You wouldn't take him?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh wow, that's a rough.
Well, I'll take every other Penrith player like we already have.
Yeah.
But I will not take.
You've taken most of the roster. You might as well take him too.
Yeah.
Why are you dropping heavies on him?
Yeah, hey, I'll take them all, bro. Let's go. Penrith, Canterbury, Bankstown, Bulldogs, brother. I love it. Give us a premiership next year, 2024, our year.
Yeah, nice joke.
Right.
Come on.
Okay, back to the game. 17-16. It was a crazy game.
100%. Penrith just don't look the same, eh?
Yeah, there's something about them, man. There's something, they're not gelling. I don't know what it is.
they got steamrolled most of the game. To
That-
the score to
that-
be that close doesn't really show how good Parramatta actually played that game.
Yeah, but the ending to that game was crazy.
It was, but with all that field goal ice in his veins.
Yeah.
How does he kick it with such calm?
It's a cracker pose as well.
That
That
is,
No, I don't know. I think he's talking about the Penrith locals there. But I don't know. I think the penalty, the sin bin. Do you think it was a sin bin? The Paulo sin bin?
oh, yeah,
Yeah, that was a sin
definitely.
bin, 100%. He left the floor.
Took his head off.
swinging arm.
Took his head
I
off.
thought I couldn't. I was shocked that he wasn't off, but I think because the game was like over.
But 3 weeks as well, I think it should have been 5.
Wait a minute.
You give him
it-
5?
I think it should have been 5.
There was malice behind
Judging on what the other players have copped,
it. Yeah,
mate, that's
there was malice behind it. And if Kafusi got 4 weeks for that soft hit,
Yeah,
100%,
Kafusi should not have got a week for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Should not have got a week. The Suwali hit that everyone
go back
compared
to
it
the
to was
Roosters.
way
Look, you're
worse.
just a hater.
What do you?
Move on.
No,
Just
no,
move
honestly,
on.
honestly.
That's exactly the same for you.
Suwali's hit.
Yeah, I'm saying the Somalian thing was exactly the same.
No, it wasn't.
To Kafusi's.
No, bro. Suwali hit. Who did he hit?
Chance.
Chance, his back was to him. He hit him straight in the back. I think it was way worse. I think the Suwali hit was way worse. But that's got nothing. to do
We
with
started off with no bias, but we're getting just a bit
it.
today.
It's just a bit-
So it's only the first
Say-
video, it's alright. Just keep going.
He was completely back to anyway. We're getting off topic, but yeah, 3 weeks. You think it should have been 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Between 3 and 5.
that's why I would have said 4 weeks because he did. Anytime you leave the ground to make a tackle, I know he got flat-footed because he stepped in and then, but man, he left the floor, took his head clean off, but.
Well, that's the thing about the judiciary system hasn't been consistent.
Bro, it's
They've
not, it
been
hasn't been
given
consistent ever.
ever.
They try to make it consistent, try to make it black or white. You know what's annoying? As the fan watching the game, you don't know what's a penalty or what isn't anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
never.
Like what the Shepherd and Doggies game today.
Yeah, we'll talk about that soon. Yeah,
That was a Shepherd.
if it was consistent, oh, you know what? We'll talk about it.
Anyway, yeah, we'll get to that. But anyway, back to it. So the penalty gets given. What were you thinking when the penalty gets given?
Look, we all knew Nathan Cleary was going to go for it.
Yeah, but
Even not get it.
Even the
Do you think he was
commentators knew.
Not get it.
Kick it to the 40, go for the two.
You didn't think he was
2
gonna
points.
kick it?
No chance, bro.
I thought he was gonna kick it. The guy's so good, man.
If anyone was going to kick it, it would be Nathan Cleary.
It's him. Like it's him.
No one else.
Oh,
would
him
do
or
it.
Latrell Mitchell.
That's what I was gonna say. Latrell, but what happened in the Rabbitohs game?
Last week he missed. For the Roosters as well. And this week. Oh, and
This week, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
And it was like 10, 15 meters out. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get on that
Yeah.
Latrell Mitchell wave later, mate.
Yes.
That one.
All right. So just before we get going, Bill's favourite player is Latrell Mitchell. So they kick the field goal, 16 all, and then bam.
We're going to extra time.
And what happens after that? 12 on 12.
Yeah, another sin bin
Another
happens.
sin bin.
gets Parramatta in the prime position.
Now, do you think that was a sin bin?
Not a sin bin. I wouldn't give it a sin bin.
I don't
Definitely a penalty.
It was a penalty. I don't
but
think
not
it
a
was
sin bin. No.
I reckon he got sin bin just to make it look right because Junior Paula got sin bin.
Yeah.
If Junior Paula doesn't get sin bin, I think Mitch Kenny stays on the field.
Yeah. They're trying to
Completely
even
agree.
it out. Yeah.
I completely agree. It happens all the time. We see it with penalties, 6 again calls.
Yeah.
A team will get them
6 again
all in the
calls.
first
Oh,
half, and
God.
then in the second half, when the game's ended, they'll
They
make
try
it
to
all-
sway it the other way.
They
balance
make it.
it out.
They make it balanced. They go, when you look at the stats, they go penalties and 6 agains are the same.
Same, yeah, similar.
Happens so often. Anyway, so the sin bin happens. They march down the field. They got a good.
Advantage point for that one.
Thank you. All right. So they get lifted back up the field. Mitchell Moses.
He calls for it very calmly. Have you seen that little clip?
It's very, very poetic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the way he stood there, got the ball and just slotted it. It was actually for a
Hey,
player
it-
that I don't rate.
100%.
Okay, it was a shot
good.
of calm head on him.
There couldn't be a better day to kick it as well.
Yeah.
Signs what is a $1.2 million contract?
I don't know what it was, but it's
was
north
around
of
that.
that. It's that
Yeah.
or higher.
Do you feel like that had an effect on his playing style?
That day.
Yeah, him signing the contract,
Oh.
maybe less stress. He went out there and just done his thing.
To be
They've
honest,
got the first win of the
you
season.
can't really say less stress because he was the one holding the contract talks back.
Yeah, he was.
He
He was the
was.
one that I don't know what he was
They
waiting
offered
for.
him.
I felt like he had a really calm head, but the way he took it was carefree.
I have no idea what he was waiting for to sign that contract. Was it something big? Uncle Nick was he knocking at his door?
Uncle Nick.
There was a big.
Did he want to go golfing with Uncle Nick?
There
You
was
never know.
There's a lot of.
Mate, I'll take Carl Flanagan if I take Mitchell Moses, alright? Just go.
Okay, so it's Billy's second favourite player is Mitchell Moses. So Moses slots the field goal 17-16. Parramatta's first win of the year.
Did they look good, or was it just a fluke?
I think they're a good team. They're a top 8 team. Do I think they're going to go any better than that? Like, are they going to improve from last year? Then I don't think so.
The question is the top 4 or bottom 4 of the 8.
Bottom 4.
No, I think top 8, not top 4.
Red Money's too big of a loss. I reckon.
He is.
Red money. Other than the props, other than Junior Paulo, the biggest meter gainer for him last year is Isaiah Papali'i.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's gone on to bigger and better things.
As we can see.
All right, so he's gone, and they're 2 big losses, man. I know, like, Dewey's playing out of his skin. They still got... Madison came back on that game, which is a big in for him, but you can't really replace Papali'i's running game, and Mani, having a good hooker is so hard nowadays. Like, it's so hard to have a solid spine when it comes to either one of them players. A hooker, a half, a 5'8", a fullback.
Which is very hard to come by in
It's
the game
very
these
hard,
days.
and
Man.
they lost one of the best ones.
Yeah.
All right, so next game was
Talking about Isaiah Papali'i leads us into the Melbourne Tigers.
Melbourne Tigers. Where do we start with this, man?
How do you start with this?
How bad are the Tigers? Like, honestly, how bad are the Tigers? Like, I thought, no way.
Sorry, what's going on?
It's a good day to have it.
Oh? Look, I'm going to start off. Tigers are absolutely shit.
How do you go backwards?
Look, I'm going to say what everyone's thinking. Tigers fans, no Tigers fans. What the hell is Brooks still doing there?
Even the coach is asking that question at this point. But who do you get to replace him?
Anyone, man. Anyone.
Wake up to
Wakeham's
7,
not the answer,
do it to
no.
6,
But
lower back to 1.
anyone. At this point, you've been there for that long and that much failure. Something's got to give, man. They've gone through so many coaches.
Not just the coaches, with a team that's made maybe one of the biggest signings of the off-season,
Yeah, like
they go backwards.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's no progression.
It's crazy. We were talking about, have Penrith slowed down? Are they changing? One of the biggest losses for Penrith was who? Their hooker,
Yeah.
Api Coruscant. And who picked him up? The Tigers. And they've gone worse. It's crazy, man.
Hey, but you look at that game. Coruscant's doing everything by himself.
Coruscant is trying so
Look,
hard.
even Papali'i.
Papali'i.
Papali'i's doing some big things. Not really, but he set up a try.
He's a runner. That's what he's done at Parramatta. You let him run, he'll get you results.
Which leads me to the next thing. His running game has not been the same since he joined with the Tigers.
Well, of course, they don't
No,
give
you
him.
can't-
They
you
don't
can't
give
blame
him.
him.
It's not
You
the same
can't.
quality. He doesn't.
He's
get
not getting the same ball.
Well,
He's not getting nothing.
He's not getting the same ball, man. You got, man, like it's Brooks is.
It's only,
Hey, wait, did you guys watch the game?
Yeah.
Whole game? Just the passes Brooks was throwing.
It's not. It
And
passes,
the kicks.
His last tackle options. They're on the try line. He gets it on 5th, and he just
He
turns
gets
and
tackled-
crumbles
he gets tackled
over.
with the ball, man.
Gets
It
tackled
happens
with the
so
ball.
often. But the Tigers are just. I can't stop laughing, man. I think about it and I go, how do you get worse from last year?
But
They
in saying
found a
that,
way. It's actually impressive, man.
they versed the Melbourne side that didn't show anything special either.
No, all they had was literally Munster that put them on their back and carried them across.
As usual.
But man, the Tigers are in a place where, like, do you sack the coach?
Is it a coach? Is it the coach? Is
No,
it the
it's
cul-
not-
Is it the
it's obviously not
culture?
the coach.
Is it the culture? Is it the roster?
I think they need to give Brooks a rest.
But one man's not going to change the team.
You
It's the culture.
You
There's
give
no
Give Brooks a rest
Bruce
for 1 week, just 1 week,
Yeah.
and you see how you go.
Yeah.
I honestly think Tigers win, whoever they verse.
But even when they go to Dewey's side, Dewey doesn't pass the ball. He loves to run. Like the backs don't get anything.
But is
Charlie
that
Staines
from the
worst signing
coaches?
so far.
Is that from the coaches telling him just run?
I think it's him. I think that's why it's better for him to play a fullback.
They've got big names on the coaching staff. They've got Robbie Farah. They've got Benji Marshall,
but-
and nothing's improved.
Yeah, but them two are people that they're
Look,
untested in coaching.
Dewey did ball play against the Bulldogs, and we saw what happened. What was it, two,
Yeah, and they did rest. Did they rest? Did they rest Brooks that game?
No. They bought on
They
Wakem.
took off Norfoluma.
They took him off. Where'd
No,
they
they
put Brooks?
took. Who'd they take off?
They put,
Oh, yeah,
no,
they did. They
the
took off
fullback.
Nofaluma. Yeah, the fullback was Staines. They put him to the wing.
That's right. They put Dewey at the back,
Yeah,
which showed promise against the Dogs.
it opened up space.
But they tried it this week and didn't work.
Oh, he did all right. But not
I don't know, man.
not enough to beat the Storm.
Dewey, I like Dewey at fullback. He's got space to run. He's a runner.
Yeah, he's
I will put him at fullback, but Wakem, I don't know about him in the halves.
But who are they gonna put? They have no one right now.
You got to go with him because Brooks is just not doing anything.
He's
You have to
doing
go with
nothing. He's
Wakem,
doing
but I
nothing.
don't think he's the long-term answer.
No, he's not. I agree with you. He's not. But for now, I think the most important thing they have to cut that tie with Luke Brooks, and they're the ones that extended the. They had an option to extend the contract for 1.2 mil.
That Ty's thinking.
He's on 1.2 mil.
Do you feel like someone in the Tigers has some sort of relationship with him?
It has to be.
Someone high up, eh?
I don't know what he's
Someone
doing.
high up, bro.
Has he married the CEO's daughter?
Married,
You never know.
playing exceeds everywhere. That bloke has to be.
Knee pads are getting dirty these days, huh?
Yeah.
Someone's giving him
Shane's
a contract.
walking around with a big smile on his face.
Someone's giving him a
But
contract.
hey, look, we'll leave the Tigers. The Storm don't look the same.
No, they don't. They don't. They don't. But Munster's performance.
Oh, nah,
Munster's
always-
Munster. You can't fault him.
He's such a freak.
He's always carrying the team on his back.
He's
But
such a freak. Like when we played Melbourne a few weeks ago, and the Bulldogs aren't the best team. Lying for say we are, but we're building.
they're building, yeah.
But that first half, we absolutely destroyed them. They had nothing. They had nothing. I honestly believe if Munster was in that team, it's a completely different game.
I don't think the Bulldogs would have taken that game.
Exactly.
To be honest,
But one player.
he gives that direction to the whole team. He's out there. He's talking to his forwards. He's talking to his fullback. He's setting everyone up. I feel like he's the voice of the team.
He is, man. He's everything to that team, and they are so lucky that he did not sign with the Dolphins.
Oh, that would have been a big.
Hey, you know what? I wish he did, man.
I wish he did too. Now, seeing how bad they are without him.
That Dolphins team, well.
Yeah.
All right. So Tigers get absolutely mauled by Melbourne. Well, not really. It was a 12-point win, but still, like it was 24-12, and it was still like man.
Individual brilliance.
Yeah, but it was just like nothing.
It was pure domination. It was.
There's nothing
Just
there.
Storm couldn't finish the score.
That's what it is. The Storm aren't the Storm of old. If this
Like
was a
Grant
Storm
wasn't
of
even
old,
running the ball as well.
no,
like.
he done nothing. Grant done nothing. Imagine he did. Next game.
This is the game I want to talk about.
Okay, this was
Nah, you can start on this.
this was huge.
This was something special. This game, a battle for the Brisbane name, really, and it was a clash. It was an amazing clash. Redcliffe, the Dolphins, they're impressing everyone.
They're going crazy.
No one thought they were going to go this far, and to give Brisbane that much of a hard run until towards the end, they're playing out of their skin. Wayne Bennett is doing something special up there.
Yeah, Wayne Bennett. I always thought he was. When they talk about greatest rugby league coaches, I never said Wayne Bennett, but seeing what he's doing with this team, you got to put him in that conversation now.
You know what, but I spoke to someone at work. If he's watching, you know you are. He said to me, mate, you walk up to that Dolphins team, you pull the jersey off him, you put a Melbourne Storm jersey on him. And look at the team now.
Yeah, they do have a lot of Melbourne players in that team. They have the whole
the
full
question
pack.
is, was Melbourne going to re-sign them? They were getting old. And they wanted to get rid of them. But
Hey, mate,
but
the
was
way
that
they're playing-
was that the stroke of brilliance, signing players that actually have knowledge of the game?
But how? Because look at Melbourne now. Their forward pack's like...
They're
It's good.
Yeah, it's
they're
gone.
crumbling
It's
a
not
bit.
good.
Yeah, it's finished.
Yeah, and the Dolphins are up
You
there.
do have a point. Does have a point. Their full pack is Melbourne's full pack, and you see how far they took Melbourne.
Look at Kafusi.
Yeah, Kafusi's.
Wait,
This is
what-
the best he's ever
Is
played.
he 24 again?
This is the best he's ever playing.
He's playing Steve
What
Madoff football.
happened?
He's playing Steve
He's
Madoff
the Steph
football.
Madoff of this era.
Like, if I'm honest, when they beat the Roosters in round one...
You
like,
didn't,
I-
no one seen
no
it
one
coming.
thought-
No
no one
one.
thought-
I almost put a hole through the cupboard.
Yeah.
No one thought that.
No one.
Because
I
even
didn't see it
Fox Sports was saying round 8 would be their first win. It was probably like
coming. They were
12.
predicting about round 6 or round 8
Something
against
like that,
the
yeah.
Knights or the Dragons, something like
Some
that.
rubbish team.
Yeah, and well, look at them now. They've only lost against the later competition, the competition leader. Sorry.
Yeah.
But in saying that, Brisbane look really scary. Their halves didn't show up in this game.
No, they weren't there till the
You
end.
barely saw Reynolds or Ezra Man.
But when they showed up, they showed up.
Exactly.
But who was there? Who took the limelight? Who was their performer? Who just?
Reece Walsh.
Reece Walsh.
Yeah, I'll
He's-
say yeah.
Is a
Right now,
superstar,
the
man.
signing of the off season, I'll probably give it to Reece
And-
Walsh.
Yeah, the Broncos backline just
Yeah,
popping
bro,
off
Reece
right now.
Walsh is unbelievable. He was this close to signing with the Dolphins. This close.
The Broncos backline, when in form, I don't think anyone can touch them.
Now you look at their team, but look at their forward pack.
And their forward pack, they've got it all well-rounded side, man.
Yeah, but straight up, I think they're peaking way too early.
Every year the same thing.
Every year
Every
there's a
year.
team. Last year was the Broncos as well.
Usually the Dragons.
Usually the Dragons back in their heyday.
Those were our glory days.
The what was it?
The May Champions?
Yeah,
The May
the May
Premiers.
Premiers.
All right.
I miss those days. We don't even have that
No,
anymore.
no, nothing. All right. So, but I do think they're peaking way too early.
Do you see a decline? Do you see a big decline or just...
No, I see a decline because no team has started off the comp like this and won it. No team.
Yeah.
Like there are teams that have, like they might lose a game by 1 point. Like even Penrith would. I think a couple of years ago that was 3 games and they were scattered throughout the season.
Yeah.
Let's
And
see
they
how
were what,
far this
Origin
one
round?
goes.
That was around the Origin round.
Yes.
So.
Oh no! Around Origin they always for some
Origin
reason.
they cop it. No,
But they
lose
played
too
the
many
Bulldogs.
players.
And they beat us twice.
Oh,
We
did
had
they?
2 years in a row. We had them during Origin time, and I thought this is it. And this is before we had what's his name, Burton. So Burton played half for him and absolutely tear us
Oh
apart.
well, they had someone to fall back on.
Oh, bro. It was,
Burnham's not your average Joe. He
But
just
yeah.
didn't make the team because he's got the number one best half ahead of him.
well, he had Luai in front of him, but I think Luai
Luai
compliments
yeah.
Cleary more than Burton
When
does.
you got Cleary, you got to have Law.
Yeah, it's they suit each other that game.
I
game's
think
from
they
Penrith.
prefer each other.
Yeah, that is true as well.
I think they prefer each other. They don't want to. They grew up together. They want to play
They
together.
played throughout all their juniors together, man. It's crazy. Half that Penrith team did,
Yeah.
and now you can see it. They're a young team and they're popping up. Anyway,
You don't get your left shoe without your right shoe.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can
Did
wear
you get that
one
from
shoe.
Facebook or something?
I don't know. I just made it up.
That's pretty good.
It worked.
I'm gonna put that on my status. All right, so in a crazy game of football, very competitive. Brisbane get the win, 18 points to 12. We move on to the next one. It was
No, we don't move on.
What are we talking about?
The Catania Stags.
Oh yes, how can I
How
forget?
do you move past that?
How can I forget?
To win the game.
Yeah,
First
to
of all,
win the
can we
game.
start off with what sort of kick Milford put in?
Yeah,
no.
for a last minute
That,
kick.
yes,
Shock.
they're trailing by, what was it, 2
2
points.
points.
You don't put that sort of kick
No,
in.
that was literally a hit and hope.
I'm sorry, but he pelted it in a diagonal. It wasn't going nowhere.
It was hit and hope.
Yeah,
It
and
was hit and hope, and it shows. What does that show? Confidence.
confidence he shouldn't have. He hasn't been.
No, that's lack of confidence. man.
Lack of confidence.
If he
yeah.
had confidence in himself, he'll
Chip the ball, run the line.
I'm gonna put this ball into the in goal, and we're gonna score.
Canberra Milford would have ran that ball.
Canberra Milford would have
Yeah, but he was a lot younger back then too.
ate him, man. He had
But I think
confidence.
once Sullivan went off the field, that's when
Yeah, Sullivan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Dolphins were shaken
that
up.
was a 20-point, but they held their own.
They did.
They did
The
defensively.
hammer,
yeah, no attack.
the hammer is a freak.
The hammer
Hey,
is.
that's
is-
a
He's playing out of his skin.
I'm starting not to stand that guy. He's pissing me
He's
off.
playing.
you don't have him on
great
super
football.
coach, eh?
Yeah, that's why.
The try he scored looked like the defender was running in slow motion.
He glides. He
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
glides.
he's so fast.
glides.
He's very fast. But
What about that celebration, Catania Stags?
Yeah,
Hey,
Our
bro.
fucking
Hey.
home.
let's talk about that 100-meter fit run.
That
Jared me up.
celebration
Jared me up. I was
gave me
sitting there
goosebumps.
going,
Gave me
it was-
goosebumps.
it was-
But no, it's cool because the week before Reece Walsh scores, and now this is our house.
Yeah,
The next week Stags does it. Passion, mate.
they're putting a statement out there. They're putting a statement out there.
Passion.
They don't want to lose the
Passion
Brisbane
Dragons don't
title.
have.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's
The
what
Brisbane
it was.
title remains for the Broncos, and they're playing for it.
Did they play again this year?
Brisbane. They
I
have
hope
to.
so.
They have to.
Surely
I
they
haven't
play
looked at
If
it.
not now, even in the finals rounds, I'd love to see
The
it.
only
Yeah,
thing
wouldn't mind grand final
that
like
game
that,
was,
bro.
I think I wanted the Dolphins to win,
Me too.
just to create that rivalry.
Yeah, of
but I
course.
think the rivalry was created.
If,
gonna be-
if the Dolphins won, it would have been incredible for the sport.
Yeah, that's
Their
exactly
first
right.
year, they take out their home rivals.
Yeah,
And
their big brother,
yeah,
literally.
literally.
I mean, they're really knocking off big teams.
Yeah, so it would have been good if they won. But again, I think that rival it's going to be circled in to every person's calendar from here on in, just like the Roosters Rabbitohs game.
But in saying that, you said Brisbane, they're on a mad run. So are the Dolphins. If they did not play each other, do you see a decline for the Dolphins?
Yeah, I don't think the Dolphins can hold this up. No way.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think it's just excitement right now.
Yeah,
They're playing for each other now, but
yeah.
I
But
think
once you have 2-3 losses, your confidence in your other players starts to die.
yeah. And with Kafusi out for 4 weeks, that hit man's just not on the
But it's a
field.
big loss.
That
Now
hit
Sullivan,
man's
I
not
think
there.
he's torn something. Yeah.
His chest, his pec,
There
yeah.
you
He
go.
tore his pec.
Yeah,
He's
tore his
gone.
So he's out for a while.
Yeah.
So Katoa and Milf half.
Yeah. Even Katoa, is Katoa not out for a couple
I
of
think
weeks?
the top
His
plays
elbow.
Next week?
Elbow, yeah.
I think he plays next week. But
still, he's a
just wait
kid.
till Tuesday. Yeah, he's young. He's 19. He's 19, man.
But with under Wayne Bennett, he'll give you
Yeah,
got a steady
can
head.
work
Yeah, become Cameron Smith or
wonders
something
with
also.
halves, man.
Yeah.
All right, so next game is the
Battle of
Queensland Derby, the second Queensland Derby. It was not as big as the first one, but still it was an entertaining game to watch. North Queensland versus Gold Coast Titans.
what's happening up north, mate.
With who?
With
With
the Queensland Cowboys, yeah.
So even they won, and we're talking about why aren't they looking as good as they usually are? Oh, they did
Well,
last
the
year.
roster hasn't changed, so what has?
Listen, I don't know what it is, but last year I said it. You guys are my witnesses. All right, and so are you,
The producer?
the producer. All right. They will not make the 8. I said it from the beginning of the season. They will not make the 8. One person agreed with me.
Billy?
Bill.
I did not agree with you, and they're just proving me wrong in every aspect of every time they play it. Just I can't seem to understand how this is the same team that played last year.
It's crazy, and what's crazy is this is a win. We're talking about they won, and we're talking about how poor are they looking.
Do you think if Scott Drinkwater was playing, changes.
He helps, but he's been playing for the past
Yeah,
3
the last
weeks.
game he played was pretty bad.
I feel like Chester, that young kid that's filling in, is just doing just as good.
Yeah, he's
His running game, I feel like, is probably better than Drinkwater's. As not better, but
They're
if they were the
missing
same age, I think I'd give Chester the role instead of Drinkwater.
From what we're seeing from the first 3 weeks with Chester playing, that they're not missing anything.
No, it's the exact
It's
same.
the same thing.
I think the difference from last year is their attack. Last year they were side to side, remember? Valentine Holmes, back to Nanai, back to this guy, back to that guy. This year they're trying to get through the middle.
Yeah, but they offloads. Yes, like you said, the offloads have dropped as well.
And Chad Townsend's just not seeing ball.
Yeah,
Even Dylan's not running under the line anymore. He's
he's not running as much.
backing off now.
I feel like they're just one-out players, and their confidence in their forwards is... They've got no confidence in Taumalolo. You see it in the media that they're just not backing him anymore. He doesn't look like he wants to be there.
Well, he's better. He's changed his game to suit how Todd Payton wants him to play.
Yeah.
The coach there.
But it's not working.
It's not working. It's not like he used to be. But now he wants him to play a more smarter style of football.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's him.
He's an aggressive type of player.
Bro, give him the ball. Let him
And
run.
just
His
let him-
offloads have dropped heaps.
Yeah.
Let him run. Let him do what he wants.
Hey, you know what annoys me? Cohen Hess. He's like literally not in the picture anymore.
He's declined heaps, man.
From where he used to be, he was one of the next big things coming up. And
But
now you
even-
don't even hear his name.
He's lost a lot of size too, but
He's still a big boy.
has he?
Yeah, still huge.
I know,
But he's
on
nowhere
camera, he
near.
looks a stick, bro.
He's nowhere near what he used to be. Like he was, like you said, he was the next big thing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he
He
got
was
picked for
belting everyone. He was
Origin.
belting everyone.
He was a freak, but he just like fell off the face of the planet. That guy, man. I've never seen a decline that quick, and he's still young.
Oh, we've seen a decline that big.
Ben Barber.
Ben Barber, yeah.
What
Cocaine Barber to normal Barber.
what about David Fafita?
Dave.
They don't use him right. They just...
No, this year.
Look, this.
This round, they used him
This
quite well.
year.
He played out of his skin this
No,
round.
this
No,
year,
he's
this
played
year.
good every week. Just last week was 50 degrees.
I don't know. I feel like against the Dragons, he was not there. If Dragons beat you, you got a problem.
No, but they've.
But it's got to do
well.
with Fafita, but
They've
Fafita-
played well.
Not really.
Yeah, he
He
did.
done nothing special. They shut him down
When did this play him?
for round 2.
No, he popped off round 2.
I don't know.
I think he got
I feel
he got
like
two
when I watched
tries
the
this
game,
that
he had a couple of line breaks.
They got a line break, yeah. I remember that game. We know this because of Supercoach.
Yeah, no, I think
We keep
I've got a
close
biased
eye on
view
him.
on it. I feel like because we won, probably our only win of the season, I'll take it. He wasn't there. He wasn't
Well, I
there.
tipped the Cowboys.
Like,
I tipped the final.
Literally,
round.
David's first touch of the ball this week. Try assist.
He's a big body. You got to use him.
They
Use him.
more.
Give him early ball
They
and
use
let
him.
him run him.
I think without foreign, no one's going to win.
If we were talking last year, that's what I'd be saying 100%.
Yeah, that's what the problem
why aren't
was,
they
yeah.
using him? The guy's a freak. You got a Ferrari parked out there. Why don't you drive it?
Just
No
like
one wants to give him
Taumalolo,
the
you
ball.
got to give him early ball and
Yeah,
let
but
him
now
run.
they are. They actually try to give him more ball.
Because he's
Trying
got
to
a
give him
mean
more ball.
offload on him. He's got a mean fend on him.
The guy's a freak.
Oh, he's a
Who
steam
did he
train.
score against? Where he tapped it and ran against you? Against
This
the
year?
Dragons? No, last year.
Yeah, I think it must have been against the
I
Dragons.
think it was the Souths.
I can't remember, but he tapped it and just ran and he scored.
Yeah,
Who scores off a tap?
He
off a
pushed off, I
penalty?
think, 6 players.
The guy's a freak. You got to give him ball. You got to give him ball, and you reap the rewards. Like he got 2 tries. The second
You still
try
had no look
assist.
ball.
The second try assist.
I think it was a field goal. We'll just
Bro,
go
but
with
he just cut out no look. Who the fuck is this
No,
guy?
he's got talent and look, his paycheck shows it. He deserves what he's on as long as you use him right. I feel like if Foreign stays injury free, he'll know how to use him right.
Yeah, foreign, mate. He's dropping every week.
He's old. He's old.
Bro, that guy's there for just a paycheck, man. He's done. That guy's done. Let's get him in the retirement home already, man. Like, he was finished at the Bulldogs. How did he get to 2 clubs after the Bulldogs?
And I reckon they'll give him a contract extension.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Lack of halves, I think, man.
Like a halves,
There's no halves, there's no
and
good
There's
halves
actually no
out
good
there
halves
anymore.
anymore.
he's got the head for the game. He can teach a young half.
That is true. That is true. So yeah, so Cowboys get the win 24-12 in that game. And then we move on to my game of the week. It was my game of the round. South Sydney Rabbitohs versus Manly. I think this game just had everything.
It did, yeah. It was like a semi-final.
It was
Literally,
exactly.
like a
I was
semi-final.
watching it and I'm like, man, this is finals quality football right here.
Did you expect anything less?
Bro, it was so-
Both informed teams of the comp clashing with each other. I didn't expect anything less.
It was such a good game. It was such
The
a
one
good
thing
game.
I didn't expect was the Latrell go missing for about 60 minutes of the game.
Yeah, he was gone.
Where was he?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
He
They still-
did not show. I was watching the game and I asked my wife, I was like, have you seen Latrell?
Yeah, he done nothing.
So Latrell has to easily be, and I'm being biased because everyone knows I don't like him. All right. One of the laziest fullbacks I have ever seen in my life, and I've been watching for about what
Your whole life.
15 years now.
Yeah. Look,
Laziness.
70% laziness But when he's on that 30%, who's stopping him?
Oh, look, every game he plays, last 10 minutes is there.
Yeah.
But where are you for the 70?
Yeah, that's a good question.
All right, the
You're
guy's
not
gaining like 10 kilos every week.
wrong. He does look
All
a bit
right?
big.
He runs like a dump truck.
Well, he's a cold
Yeah, he's
train.
still
He's
pops
a cold
off,
train.
man.
You put him back in the centres.
How
My
cute's his
opinion.
gut butt?
Oh, that gut in half time when he's walking
How
back.
cute's his gut?
Oh, bro.
It's like that video.
The Voldemort video.
Yeah, that
Oh,
video.
truthful, eh? I know, it was
You got thicker. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Latrell Mitchell. Yeah, he went missing.
You put him back in the centres? Who would you put at fullback? Johnston?
No, bro, you got to play him at fullback.
Nah, he's too lazy.
Johnston
you
at
got to play him at
fullback?
fullback. You're gonna put up no way.
Not Johnston.
He's quick.
You find the fullback.
He's got the
or-
feet,
Bro, Latrell, you put him at fullback. You put him at fullback.
You got to get the laziness out of him,
yeah,
but how
that's
do you
what
do
it is.
it?
You
It's
gotta-
been there since day one.
you
Even
gotta
in the
put-
centres, he
put-
goes
put-
missing.
Listen, he pops off.
No, but as soon as they go to him, one-on-one, he's beating anyone.
Yeah, but in defence, he
But look at him
in the
last week.
centres, he's
How good,
leaking a
how
try.
good was he last week?
His Roosters.
How good was he? He killed it.
How did he kill it?
Latrell.
He did. He played good.
He played really well.
I honestly don't remember him playing well at
But
all.
Yeah,
that,
because
that's
you
a
hate him.
rivalry. That's the rivalry. He played ex-club and he wants to beat them. But when he has no purpose, he's not showing up for 60
Well, that was a
minutes
big
of the
game,
game.
man. That should have been a purpose.
He's not showing up for 60 minutes. And, bro, he screwed me on Supercoach.
Yeah, he screwed me.
Hey,
as well.
pump me. I captained him. He's got fucking 32 points.
Yeah, when
What
But
is
saying
it?
that, Tommy Trbojevic didn't have his best game as well.
But
But saying that, he got shut down. They shut him down.
he would have had a good
Compare-
game if the ref didn't call forward
compare
pass.
both their
Yes,
games.
okay,
At
that,
that forward pass.
let's
Yeah,
talk about
that
that because
full
Rabbitohs ended up winning by a point. But Manly scored a try. For me, try every day of the week would have won him the game.
For everyone, I don't know what that touchy was saying. That was neither of those passes, both
But
of them.
the fucking referees, there are no worse refs in a sport than NRL.
They've spent millions, possibly billions on this bunker. And they still can't
Fuck
get it
the
right.
bunker off.
You still can't get it right. If
Fucking
you still
pisses
can't
me off,
call a
man.
forward pass off the bunker and you can't see it on your cameras, I know it's a bit of a rough angle, but even then, even that game, that try was a try every day of the week.
Yeah, but do you guys remember the exact play, how it went?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's the way Schuster put his arm out as well.
to catch the ball.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he did this. He splucked all the way forward. That made it look
Yeah,
forward.
but how
Yeah,
far
but bro,
behind was he?
the ball was
Yeah,
back.
but
like,
at
it pissed
fast
me
pace,
off.
we can see it in slow motion.
It's not how far he sticks his arm out, Bill. You
Bro,
know
there's-
the rule. It's the way the ball leaves the hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
but
the hands are
if the
backwards.
refs-
it's back.
if
But
the
bro,
refs
there's three
fast
people
motion.
watching it. Three people watching
Yeah,
it.
I know, yeah.
In the Premier League, you got one sideline official, one touchy, watching the ball.
And the offsides. and
Bro, and if
everything.
it's
I
a
don't know how
bee's
it
dick offside, he's got it.
He's got it. And 95% of the time they're
They're
right.
right. It's
They're
fu-
barely
it's
ever
right.
wrong.
It
It's
pisses
actually-
me
it's
off.
nuts.
It
Amazing
pisses
the way
me
they-
The
off how
NRL
bad
touches
refs, they're everything.
are 50-50. They're 50-50.
But they watch a replay, they get it wrong.
You can't be that bad. Like, you get paid to do your job. You can't be 50-50 at your job and expect to stay there.
And there's
Be
nothing-
consistent.
And you know what's going to happen at touchy?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Man
never
lose
switches.
2 crucial points
Yeah.
against a team that, for me,
Could possibly win the comp.
exactly, like that's a team you're competing with.
Yeah.
Like when we get to the Bulldogs Warriors game, like that's a team we're competing with for a spot maybe in that
Aye,
eight.
yeah.
They're the games you have to win. And Manly lost that game because of a refereeing decision.
Hey, what about Latrell missing the winning field
Yeah,
goal?
yeah.
And who kicks it?
Yes!
Little youngster.
The young gun.
Yes!
He
I love that.
is worlds apart from last year.
Well, let's
be
talk
real.
about the Charles miss first.
Literally, yeah.
That was,
How bad was that kick? I mean, that Bill talk about it.
He shanked it.
hey, that was one of the shittest field goals I've ever seen in my life.
He didn't even get... He got no airtime. What is it? He just shanked it.
Bro,
Look,
it
fair
was-
enough if you get it on target, somehow just
embarrassing.
miss. He literally lower than the crossbar,
Yeah.
swung right.
But if it was a soccer game, would have been pretty good.
The keeper probably would have missed it, but still.
No, did he get it under the crossbar?
No, he
No,
shanked
the
it.
level was lower.
Yeah.
He shanked it away
So
from
he
the
completely missed. Even
Completely, it was gone.
even if it was soccer, he misses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
right.
touchy
Yeah,
would have
that was-
saved. The touchy would have caught that one.
Did it go out for a scrum or did it go out for?
Corner post.
Did it hit the corner post?
What was it? I think it was...
It was a drop in.
Uh,
That was
20,
it was a 20 metre?
Yeah. But that was fucking embarrassing, man. But then they get back down there, and Latrell had all eyes on him. Like I was looking at Latrell, I wasn't even looking at.
Look, he had an
Yes.
opportunity, but that ball... There was a ball from Damien Cook.
Oh, that was. Fucking
That was
terrible.
horrendous. It was at his feet.
That was pretty
That
bad.
was horrible. But
That
that
was-
game, like, what a quality game, man. They had what's his name? Ken Murray?
Yeah.
Damien Cook. Bro, they were destroyed. They're
Hey, you know what?
They're like the 2 fittest players in the rugby league, I reckon.
Cam Murray actually, I would say one of the worst games, one of the
Mediocre.
mediocre games. Full intercept, dropped the ball I think 4 times.
Yeah, he didn't have his best game.
You know
He
what?
didn't
Out
have
of
his
out
best
of
game.
any game, you don't want to do that against a team like Manly.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, if you're struggling, it's Manly now. there's another 6 sides that can put you under this pressure. The same thing.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you got Para, Roosters did it to him. You got Broncos, man. Broncos forward pack's gonna give it to him.
Broncos, just unbelievable.
Like I've always loved Broncos forward pack.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't know. Good luck. to Souths.
And they just get better. They just get better.
Me, I want Souths to fall out of top 8.
Is Payne Haas out for a month, by the way?
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he's not playing because he's fasting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You scored that yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, one of
they
the boys told
us.
us.
Like, yeah, he put up an Instagram
I
picture.
didn't believe it.
You can't do it, man. You're fasting from...
Hasn't done it.
Hey, he did
Go-
it.
Hasn't done it.
He did it this
It was
week.
long hours. It was long hours back then too.
Long hours, but he was a winger.
He did it this week.
And wingers, we all know are soft.
And look, he played good this week.
Payne Haas is an 80-minute forward, so
Yeah, he plays hard.
you can't get him to fast from 5 a.m. in the morning till 7:30 at night.
No, he's putting his religion first, which
I respect.
I respect, man. You know,
What when daylight
inshallah
saving
does well
comes,
to
you
him.
know, that could fix
Yeah, it's
it.
gonna help, but he's saying he's gonna take.
That's
30
only a
days
month.
off, so-
I mean, is it going to be a big loss?
It is a big
I
loss.
think
It is
they've
a
got
big
two
loss.
easy.
It's a big loss for
They've got two
Supercoach.
easy games. For Supercoach, yes.
But it's a big loss in general. Like Payne Haas, man, I've said it, but I think after I watched like 10 games of him, I said this guy is the best prop I've ever seen play.
Yeah,
And that's a massive call, man.
You called it early.
I said this guy's the best prop I've ever seen. I've seen Shane Webke play, man. I've seen Marco Mealy play. I've seen Adrian Morley play some guns, and I looked at Payne Haas and I'm like, but this guy's the best I've ever seen. I've never seen someone that big play 80 minutes that hard.
Who takes his spot, but it's Martin Tapau,
To Powell or the other bloke, Flegler.
I think I'd pick
Flegler's
good. Yeah,
Flegler.
they're
Martin
good
Tapau's too old. You bring him off the bench. You won't
Yeah,
put
but
him to
he's been
start.
playing well.
He has.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But yeah, it's
20
one.
minutes.
it's
What about Ola
probably
Kawatu back to the Manly
yeah.
game? He can fly for a big
Right,
man.
He
that-
can jump, he
2
can
weeks in
jump.
a row, but
He
this
can
week was not normal.
Get him
One
an NBA
hand-
jersey, mate.
One hand
Get him an NBA
plucked it
jersey.
out of the air.
Well,
No, that was
Nah,
very
he's
nice.
looking really good.
So yeah, after he shanks it, go back to the field goal. He shanks it, and Elias steps up, man. Like I was saying, I was watching the drill. They give it to Elias, slots it. It was a beautiful field goal, man.
just like a Moses cool head
Yeah,
tapped it
first
in.
time ever, first
Yeah.
field goal ever.
For a young gun, he showed.
It was close.
How
man.
old is he?
21, 22
Yeah,
maybe.
Well,
Oh,
it
man.
can't be
That's
over 23.
No,
Hey, honestly,
no.
these young guns in these teams are kicking field goals better than the
Better
experienced
than, yeah,
players.
they're showing a calm head. Then with a charging defensive line, they're just slotting it.
Yeah, every team's doing it. It's crazy.
No, they're going good.
Except for
Alright,
the Dragons.
so that was the last Saturday game. We'll move on to Sunday's game. If you guys don't know, today is Sunday. We record on a Sunday, so we literally just watched the 3 games that happened today. Started with the Bulldogs versus New Zealand. In New Zealand, 16-14 loss, win, I should say, to New Zealand, but I'm looking at it as a loss because I'm a Bulldogs fan. I started off watching it. I reckon it was a great game. I think it was a good game. There wasn't a lot of errors. A lot of the teams competed well.
They did.
Look, New Zealand's always going to be hard to beat at Mount
In
Smart.
New Zealand. In Mount Smart, and even especially this year, they've been off to a great start. So to go to New Zealand to play in their climate.
And we were winning up until like 30 minutes to go. They took the lead for the first time.
Yeah. Look, they did show heart. They stayed in the game. Usually a New Zealand side's not going to stay in the game that long. They're going to crumble.
But we scored in like the first 4 minutes, man.
And for a competition that was, you both played strong, they never fell.
Yeah.
They never fell off the horse. They stayed on it, stayed persistent, and they ended up getting the win. They deserved it. I feel like, even the first half, I feel like even though you were in the lead, they played a bit better than you.
No, I feel like first half we were the better
No, I
team,
think
man.
Bulldogs was the better team.
I feel like we were the better team, but the second half they came out and they just wanted it more. They wanted it more. They tried. Like the problem is with the Bulldogs, right? We have a lack of attacking threat, man. Like, I
But,
feel like
but
there's
you have the
nothing-
players for the attack.
Yeah, we have, and we showed it against Melbourne. The offloads.
Yeah.
We ended that game with I think 11 offloads, which is still high fairly high for a game of footy.
Yeah.
But I'll go back to the Melbourne game. That first half, we had like 8 in one half.
Yeah, there's individual players that can throw 8, 9 offloads a game.
that's how we should
You're
play,
getting
man.
11.
I feel like they stick to kick out way too much.
Yeah, we do. We shouldn't use kick
They're
out like
trying
that.
to use him
Decoy him.
as a prop.
Yeah, that's what it is. No, you
decoy
can't.
him,
Use him as a
or
decoy.
early ball.
Or if you can if Burton sees it's 1-on-1, yeah, give him the ball. But not here, off a tap, run the ball. What?
But even kick out now, like you watch him, he doesn't even look to pass. He just wants to run.
You got to
but
use
that's
kick
how
out
it
as a
was.
surprise element. You got to
Yeah.
fake the dummy to him, dummy, and then that one hit he's just going to go through
Yeah,
it.
block.
Destroy the line.
Use him as a block runner or hit him at
I'd say
as
the
that-
way
that short
the
ball.
Titans are using Fafita right now, that's how Bulldogs need to use kick out.
Yes, this is
exactly the
100%.
same.
100%.
Exactly.
Even though you don't see it.
So the problem is Serraldo was there with Penrith, so
Yeah, but we
Well,
don't,
yeah,
we got to remember, we
that's
don't have the players that Penrith have.
you have Penrith. you have Penrith.
Canterbury Panthers.
We don't have the good Penrith players. We took one of them. One of the good ones.
Hey, but I got to give it to the Bulldogs.
Stephen Crichton's coming next year, so.
Yeah, well, you might as well take them all.
Super-
Totless probably
super
off contract.
Hey, their backs are pretty good, the Bulldogs.
The backs
Our
are
backs
I don't
are
mind them,
pretty good.
bro.
The only weak link, and he's not even playing that bad, is probably Hayes Perham.
Nah.
I know, man.
I like Hayes
Have you watched it?
I have. He's playing good, but you know what? I'd rather him there than Stephen Crichton. I won't put Stephen Crichton at fullback.
No, man. I'll play Hayes Perham in.
Don't say centre.
No, I can't say that.
It has to be fullback.
You wouldn't put Crichton in the centre over Hayes Perham? You
No,
get rid of
I want Crichton as
Averillo.
a fullback, man.
No, you can't.
I want to see him with more ball in his hand. I just want to see what happens. You guys are just hating because he's had the Bulldogs straight out.
No, we're talking out
I
of
hate him at the Penrith.
I reckon as fullback, I reckon he'll kill it.
But we're talking out of previous games. Every time they've put him at fullback,
Thank
he
you.
doesn't know how to go under a high.
Yeah,
like
but
his
they
high
haven't given
ball.
him-
And he doesn't
Give him
pass.
his position-
He doesn't pass.
Give him a stretch. Give
He's
him a
a
stretch
runner.
at fullback.
He's a runner. You put him in the centres and just give him a bit of space. Give him an early ball.
I reckon give him a stretch at fullback and let's see how it goes.
Well, he's going to, so we'll see how it goes.
That's
No,
what
but you know
We'll
what?
see how it
You can always see when a player plays fullback, you can see if he has the potential for fullback.
That's right.
Straight away.
I reckon he's good at it, man. I reckon he can. I reckon we give him a stretch. We give him a
I
run.
think only because he signed with you guys, you're saying that.
Maybe.
Might be a biased
It
opinion.
might be right, but hey, we need something different.
Look,
man.
you signed him on fullback money, so you're going to have to run it.
He's an
You want to play him
X-factor.
at fullback,
He's
you're
a
going to have
good
to play
player.
him.
He's got an error in him. He does.
He's got errors
It's
in
a
him.
grub.
It's not one error.
I love grubs. You know I love my grubs.
It's just-
Fucking love
Sign
my
Cody
grubs.
Walker then.
It's not one error.
No, he's one.
He's got errors
There's one
in him.
grub I'll fucking squash instead.
Who's that?
Cody
Cody
Walker.
Walker.
Anyway, so back to the game.
That's more of
Alright.
a worm, not a grub, but yeah, we'll continue.
Sean Johnson.
Winding
try?
back the clock? Is he winding back the
I
clock?
was talking about the try or winding back the
Let's
clock?
talk about his whole performance and then the try.
Yeah, he's bringing it back.
I thought it was
He's threatening the line more.
because I haven't really watched the Warriors a lot this year. Because I don't have any Supercoach plays from him, so like it doesn't really interest me.
It's his best game.
But I watched this one because of the Bulldogs game. Man, he played so well.
He's threatening the line. He's taking that ball on. He's running it.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Me watching the game, I'm like, is he gonna pass or run? And that's when Sean Johnson's scary. And then that try, bro, took it to the line, dummy that. And the Warriors are playing really well. For
They're playing
They're
great.
playing really well for what they have. Jackson Ford,
He played good.
What a signing.
Did you say that try saver?
yes.
What a
what
bloke.
signing.
Honestly,
Bro, I jumped up. I thought it was Ryan Sutton. I thought he scored. And that, but he wrapped him up, wrapped the ball all in one motion, rolled him onto his back. What a signing, man.
Ford's a very good player.
What a signing. The
is
Dragons-
that a big loss for the Dragons?
Yes, it is,
I'll
man.
ask.
You guys need-
Because we had him on and off. He
You
wasn't.
didn't give him a long period of
We
time to
didn't.
play.
I don't feel like the coach backed him. I feel like the Warriors coach is putting his confidence in him,
Yeah.
and he's performing for the coach.
I agree.
I feel like the Dragons just don't do that with the young guns.
I agree.
They don't show him confidence. They don't back their young guns, and that's why we're tipped for the spoon.
Bro, I agree. They should have kept him, man. A player like that, giving him time, but like he said, they weren't giving him time. What was he going to do? But he just left and showed everyone, look, if you gave me time, this is what you missed out on, man.
But
He's a
how many
hard
Dragons
worker.
players have done that? We've
there's
lost Garrick. He's killing it for Manly.
Yeah, see,
Right.
but the good teams, they let go of players they know they don't need.
Yeah,
You guys think you don't need players.
that we
and they
need.
just step up.
That we need. But that's the thing. All our junior system is excellent.
Well, the biggest one is, what's his name? Reece Robson.
Reece
That was a
Robson,
big
he's
loss.
killing
That was-
it.
yeah.
Our junior system's incredible, but our coaching staff just don't want to use juniors.
Yeah, it's
They
true.
go out and buy Aaron Woods and
Moses
all these
Mbowe.
retirement village players, which
Aaron Woods.
which could be
That's
a master stroke. Could be a master stroke.
I
We're
think
waiting on
10 years into the future, you know what I mean?
that. No, we're swapping him for Manly.
That's what I'm
Two
saying.
players, two juniors.
So he's got him early just for those forwards.
Yeah, could be a master stroke.
You don't know.
I'm hoping.
Hey, the Dragons know what they're doing.
I don't know what they're doing.
They're going to have no coach in 2 weeks, but all good.
Yeah, no, he's gone. Bro, that's.
I wouldn't stay if I was
we'll
him,
talk
but
about
yeah.
that after. We'll talk about that when we get to the Dragons game. So, yeah, Bulldog. I think it was Sean Johnson. What a performance, man. The try.
Was it a try?
Yeah, it was a try.
I'm saying try.
Yeah, it was a try.
100%.
was a try.
It's a try only because Reid Money's not changing the outcome.
No. There's no way he's stopping him.
He's already
No,
passed.
don't talk about Reid Money. Was it a try? That's
Yeah, 100%.
I think it was a try.
That's it.
But we've seen it get called no try before.
100%.
With
Yeah.
the inconsistency of the game, they could have easily taken
Yeah,
that
but
away from.
we as rugby league fans.
Believe it's a try.
Yeah, but we as rugby league fans have come to the conclusion that we don't know what the fuck we're watching.
Yeah, no.
We don't know. What's the penalty?
That's it.
I don't know. Hey, flip a coin. Hey, penalty. No.
I feel like the bunker
It's right. But
decides the
bro,
outcome of the game.
It depends
it's
who they
always
have in
been
there.
like that.
Yeah.
It depends who they have in
No, but
there.
it's getting worse.
It is. It's getting worse.
It's getting worse.
Chuck Luke Patton in there. Maybe the Dogs
No.
will win a few
What
games.
do you mean? He's the worst for us.
For the
This
Barcelona.
guy
one,
pumped
bro.
us. Ooh.
That's a shot. But hey, look, I'd say it's a try because if who did Reid Money run into again?
I think it
Blake?
was.
Alright, if Blake stays,
someone, it was
alright, if
someone.
Johnson
Yeah, no,
dummies,
it was for Noah Blake.
if Johnson dummies and Blake stays in the line, it's a penalty. He ran through the line. When Marnie runs into him, you can't give that a penalty.
No,
You
it's
can't.
you can put that down as a
But where-
defensive decision.
Where do you want Blake to go?
Yeah, no, he can't
Well, he
disappear.
can't.
It's a defensive decision. Reed Money could have
But
went
he
in
shouldn't
front.
be in the line.
Yeah, but they tell him run.
But
They tell him
either-
if you run, keep running.
Either
Shouldn't
way,
be
at the
line.
point of contact, I feel like Sean Johnson's already way past
but
past
they
that point.
don't take that into
Yeah, they
consideration.
talk about the
Oh, that's
obstruction.
what they say, but like I just said, we have no fucking idea what we're talking about because we don't even know the rules of our own game, bro. They don't know.
They don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So, bro, you know what? It's Sean Johnson. It was a good game.
Mount Smart will
Give
give
it
it
a
to
try.
him. Mount Smart. That's what
Yeah, give it.
We'll put it that to Mount Smart.
Give it
Mount
a try.
Smart.
They
And,
get,
and the Mount Smart Joker. Did you see him on?
Oh, I love him.
that cameraman was on him for way too long.
He started getting awkward. He's
Well,
like, "What do I do?"
But yeah, so New Zealand Warriors get the points by 2 points. It was a good game.
It was.
Watching it.
You can't be upset with the Dogs'
No,
performance.
we played well. Just it's burning me how we can't finish a lot of chances that we get, but you know it's something to work on. We're looking better. Like I'm feeling more confident now than I have been the past few years.
Look, you'd rather get these losses at the start of the season than at the
And
end.
build and build.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, you can correct what you didn't do
So
right.
before we move on, what do you think about Flanagan? Does he need to go?
I think we need to sign a good half.
Flanagan cannot finish a game.
We need to sign a good half, but don't usher him out for anyone.
No, 100%.
You leave him there.
someone
He's
worthy, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
not doing
like-
anything wrong, but he's
Yeah.
not doing anything
Yeah,
right.
like he's not taking a game by the scruff of the neck.
No.
That's what you want. You want a halfback to go, give me the ball, give me the ball.
Like, is he a runner? Is he a kicker? At this point, he's relying too much on Burden. He's
Yeah,
not
we
doing
have no
much.
idea.
No, but I just don't think he's all that because at the end of the games, he doesn't, give me the ball, I want to do this, I want to do
He
that.
doesn't have the aggression. I feel like he's just there to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
He's
As
not,
much
he's
as
not
I-
aggressive.
And just kick the ball.
As
Yeah.
much as I hate him, I'd take him because I think he needs a restart. This player, I'll tell you after. He needs a restart, fresh restart. This guy. I think the Bulldogs will be a good place for him to restart, and I think the team that he's got around him will actually help him perform to his potential.
Who's that?
Luke Brooks.
Did you hear the whole rant we went on
Bro,
at the start of the...
that's the Tigers and Brooks. I think he'll work.
I don't know if he's joking.
He
I'll
doesn't
be dead
work.
set. I
He
think
doesn't.
he
He
will.
has no work ethic. How's it going to
listen,
work?
he needs to get out of the Tigers.
He needs to get out of the
Bro, He's
sport.
got potential. He's got potential. He was an Australian schoolboy. He played at the highest levels, got coming up through the ranks.
He got
the
carried.
Tigers. No,
He got
didn't.
carried
No,
up with
didn't.
him. He
No,
had
yeah,
Moses and he had-
Hey, these
no.
Bulldogs fans are delusional.
No,
eh?
no, oh my god.
How do you
Hey,
go?
let's get Luke Brooks.
How do you go from shit to shit? Up? Do you want to go backwards?
No.
Do you want to be the
No,
Tigers?
if we sign Luke Brooks, sign him for like 400k. Is that too much?
That's not going to happen.
150
I
minimum
reckon
wage.
I work harder than him. I don't make 400k. He doesn't deserve it.
Anyway,
My work rate is a lot higher than his. I feel
Hey,
like.
did you hear the
better
producer?
than Hunt.
You know what? You'd kiss Hunt's feet if he was at the Dogs.
Yeah, I love Hunt. I love him at the Dragons, bro. Imagine with the Dogs. Anyway,
I
so
heard rumours Sam Walker. Sorry, I know this is weird. I heard Sam Walker might go back to the Broncos.
yeah, that's 100%.
I feel like it's a confirmed.
No
thing.
one leaves Brisbane without an intention of going back to Brisbane.
Everyone goes back to Brisbane except for Ben Hunt.
Yeah,
I
but
said this yesterday. And
Yeah.
it's he's not welcome back.
Yeah, of
After that grand final
if
blunder, I don't think they want to see
don't
him
go
walk
back
in
to
the
that,
streets
man.
of
if
Brisbane.
you're a Brisbane fan, would you want him back?
I don't
No,
think
you
I
wouldn't.
don't want to see him walk in the streets of Brisbane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Probably get
But
shot
as a
there.
Dragon, I'll take him with open
He'll
arms.
get shot.
No,
Yeah,
I think he's Dragons' best player, to be honest with you.
He has been for.
No, you know what? Zach Lomax is the best player.
Zach Lomax needs to go back to reserve grade and learn how to fucking kick a ball.
Captain
Oh
Australia,
yeah,
man.
Zach Lomax is.
What is that like? You can't even kick the two anymore.
Yeah, but just in
He
general.
went
he's
on a
overall
run
plays.
with 26, 27 in a row last year or the year before, and now he can't even get one.
Yeah.
The year
Lomax-
before, I don't think he scored 27 tries last
If
year.
Lomax was a good kicker, it would have been 40-12. Cracker.
What is that?
Yeah,
It would
that's
have
true.
been 40-12.
It would have been much closer.
Better than 8. I hate that look of the number 8
not
there. Just
hitting-
burns me.
That was 12.
Hey,
four,
not hitting
eight.
double digits. is
You're
stuff.
scoring
Yeah,
two tries, you don't hit double fucking digits. What is
Yeah,
that?
it's a shit go, but you know. Anyway, we'll talk about that after. So, what game are we up to? Oh, we just finished off with the Bulldogs. Where we went on a rant.
this
Bulldogs
next
New
game.
Zealand game. Bulldogs Warriors game. Where they won 16-14, like I said before. Good game. Moved on to the 4 o'clock game, which was the Channel 9 game.
I almost fell asleep.
Newcastle Raiders game.
Yeah.
I almost fell asleep.
I honestly think no one, like, if you don't have Supercoach plays in this game, you're not watching it.
This game shows.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it, but I had no one. Like, it was boring.
These are the bottom 4 teams that battling.
Nah, Raiders, man. Raiders are a good team.
They're not
can
making
push.
the-
They can push the 8.
They're not making the
Have
10.
they won the game this year?
Yeah, they beat Cowboys. They beat Sharks last week.
They did be shocked.
Yeah, like they've got a win in them. But Newcastle are a team they're not going to know.
A Sharks side without Nico Hines is not a shark. It's a gummy shark. It's not even a shark.
As you saw today, like.
It's a shark you catch and go, oh fuck.
It's got no teeth, no bite.
Yeah, I've got a couple of lines.
Yeah, it's a gummy shark.
You'll be spewing that it took the hook.
Yeah, it's a waste of a bait.
The hook, yeah, that's true.
But talking about the Knights under strength as well.
You know what? I thought what's his name again? Frizzell was not going to play. He ended up playing and he played all right.
He played all right, but he's nowhere near what he used to be.
No, Dragons
the
Frizzell's. He hasn't showed Dragons Frizzell since he left.
Yeah, no, he's nowhere near what he used
But
to be.
Miller's going well.
Miller,
Yeah, he's a good player.
popping
But he used
up
to
a
play. He used to play
Is he-
sevens
is he
rugby.
young?
No, he's.
do you bring
28.
Ponga back and get rid of Miller?
Yeah, no.
Well, you push
Fungus
him.
to 6 again.
They want to put him at fullback again.
for the head clashes?
Well,
to,
yeah, they want
to
to
minimise
minimise.
it.
Well, they minimise
I don't see it as minimising his risk of concussion because every time they kick on fifth or whatever, they're going to clean him.
Last
look,
year
you
he
know
played
what,
fullback. He got knocked out
They
3
dropped
times.
Young.
Young.
Dominican.
Oh yeah,
Dominican.
Miller can go there.
The shit guy that was shit until he signed for the Roosters,
Yeah.
and now he's the best winger in the game.
Hey, we'll take him this week, bro. It doesn't matter.
He's a gun, isn't he?
Early transfer.
Now look, Dominic Young's quick, but other than that, I don't see anything.
Yeah, that's it. He's
I know
just
the
fast.
Roosters signed him,
He's fast.
and we'll bring out the best in him.
Yeah.
But right now he's shining.
If anyone's going to bring out the best in him, there's only 3 coaches that can do it: Wayne Bennett, Bellamy, or Robinson.
Look,
All right,
Paul as
so
well.
the Knights game, the one thing I want to say, it's a huge update by the Knights. A huge upset. I did not give them a chance.
Yeah,
No one-
I didn't say. I thought it'd be a cricket score to be honest, and,
Yeah.
and the Knights came out and performed.
But hey, just
Yeah,
Canberra look
24
lost. Like I did watch it a bit,
But they're very inconsistent, man.
but they look lost.
Yeah, they're very inconsistent. But last week, did you watch the Sharks game? Sharks Knights game?
Oh yeah.
It was such a good. They played so well.
Where did it go downhill for Canberra? But I feel like it went downhill after Wyden got Simbin.
What in this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. He's their everything. Man.
Yeah, that's where it went.
He
You
does
know,
everything.
do you know what annoys me? Frawley's everywhere. He's in every team. When did Raiders sign him?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice him.
They signed him not long ago.
He's
And they
played-
signed 2 years
Where
ago.
has he been? He's been.
He just pops up.
Oh no, they signed him right after the Dogs, I think.
Yeah, right after the Dogs. 2 years ago, 3
See, I
years
forgot
ago.
that he played for the Dogs.
What do you mean against Brisbane? He killed it that one game.
He's one blinder and he's.
That one game.
I don't remember what Jimmy Chase was on him.
I don't know,
I
but
thought
he
he
killed
did
it in the rain. I think all that State Cup, and they played.
I don't remember shit games
You
like that.
remember that? Fuck.
Yeah, I remember it because it's the game we won. There's not
Yeah,
been a
there's
lot over
not-
the past
there's
3
not many-
years.
there's not many
I
of
think there's
those,
been like 10.
One of the highlights of the few years.
All right, so Newcastle get the upset win. Next one, big one to end the week. The only blowout
I don't want to talk about it.
of the round.
I don't want to talk about it.
The St George Illawarra Dragons at home. At
Local
home
derby.
in the fortress, brother. To the Sharks.
You're a Dragons fan. You tell us. You talk.
There's nothing to say.
What's the producer got to say as well?
Oh,
Nothing?
yeah.
No comment? Nah, producer's quiet. It's Dragons.
There's
fans.
absolutely nothing to say besides Nico Hines.
Yeah,
What a man.
fucking superstar,
Comes out
bro.
after what? 2-3 weeks out of the game.
Yeah.
Comes back and has a blinder.
Dealing with a lot of
He
shit
had
that no one knows
he
about.
had the Dragons on a string.
Hey, what calf injury? What calf injury?
I don't think, mate, that's bullshit. He just needed a rest.
Yeah, he had a lot of things apparently in his.
Hey, they did say, but if last week was the grand final, he was playing.
Oh yeah,
So I
he
think-
was ready.
So they did rest him.
He was ready,
obviously.
but he came out there and he made the Dragons look like under 15 side. He made
It was
it look like
embarrassing, it
children.
was. Like if your coach was getting sacked last week, this week he's
I think he stamped it. I think literally Nico Hines took that paper, gave him a stamp and told him, get out of here.
Yeah,
Your
but
career is over. He
Well,
stamped
that's
it.
let's talk about the Dragons for a second. I've never seen that ever. And I've been watching rugby league, and I've like not even watched rugby league. I've studied rugby league when I was a kid. I was the biggest nerd. All I cared about, you guys remember?
Yeah.
All I cared about was footy. Like I prided
Yeah, that's
myself.
right
That's
there.
what these
That's
ones
right
say.
there.
Or he, all the records, or he, and I prided myself on memorizing all of them. Sad cunt. Anyway,
That happens.
yeah, you know.
Hey, look, are you happy?
I am happy.
You're happy.
Alhamdulillah, I'm happy.
I'm surprised
Alright.
you're married, but
Yeah, it's I'm surprised as well. All right, so but saying that, I've never seen a club come out and tell a coach who's coaching at the moment, you have to reapply for your position.
is there any clearer way to tell him we don't want you anymore?
Come out and sack him. But what's crazy is you had all off season to do it. After 3 weeks, and a good 3 weeks before this round, a good 3 weeks, you guys were looking good.
Yeah.
Right, even the first half, he's looked good today.
Yeah, it was only 8-12, and
was
it should
8-12.
have been 12-12 if fucking Lomax knew how to kick a ball.
Didn't you resign him last year at the end?
Who's
I
this?
think we signed him before the season even kicked
Is
off.
that what it was?
Yeah.
That was for what, 3 years?
And that's at the end of this year.
It's the end of this year. This year was his
And
last
you're
year.
really talking about getting rid of
But
him.
how
But you had all off season to walk up to him and tell him, "You're gone."
I'll tell you why they didn't sack him. Because how do you tell a coach, we need you for the time being because we have no one else,
Yeah,
but we don't want you for long term.
Yeah.
Hey, Shane,
So stay here
Shane
for now.
Flanagan's waiting.
Hey?
Shane Flanagan's waiting.
Yeah,
mate.
but why didn't they get him in the off season?
But no one's taking him. He
There's
was
gotta be
there
something
before
up with
Anthony
him.
Griffin even wanted to coach the Dragons. He was there under the sloth. He was there under Mary.
Sid,
Yeah, he was there
I feel
under
sorry for
Sid.
that guy. How do you think he changes the bed sheets?
He's got a-
He was there under Mary, and they wanted to get
There's
rid
gotta
of
be
Mary.
something there, bro.
No one wants
Because
him.
even when the Bulldogs were looking for a coach before we got Seraldo,
They looked
his
straight
name
past
was
him.
mentioned, but what's his name? Gus never said anything about trying to get him.
I'll be happy to take Shane Flanagan. He can pump the Dragons full of peptides
Yeah,
from Carnation
I
tomorrow.
know.
Just give us a premiership before I die.
Yeah, we'll be happy.
I don't want the spoon. We won't get the spoon, hopefully.
I don't think so.
We're
But
close.
pump
Nah, the Tigers
You
still
know,
exist.
Blake Laurie, give him all the peptides you want. Give him more peptides.
Hey, that
We
guy,
want a premiership.
he's on a treadmill, that guy.
No, but he's improved. Yeah, he's not fast.
he's
He's a prop, bro. He walks on over.
He's
hit
a bouncing ball,
he's
but
hit
he's
up to
getting
2
shit
meters.
done.
He's gone so much better.
He's getting shit
His
done.
hit ups are 2 meters.
No, bro. You're not watching the same.
And he rolls for the other
Blake
8.
Laurie
Today
is-
against the Sharks,
is Shane
they
Webber in
were
his
about
prime.
his meter gains were about minus two meters.
Yeah, but today,
Because, bro, the Sharks, their fucking forwards are just too much.
I don't know who was
Our
talking
first-
about. I think I was talking to you, and I said if the Sharks can get a roll on and start getting them quick play the balls and just get that roll on, Nico Hines will have a field day.
Yeah, it was me.
And
That's
it's
what happened.
exactly what
That's what
happened today.
Off the kickoff, off the start of the game, their forwards kept us in our half for about 10 of our first sets. We did not make more than 20 meters, I think, a set.
But you guys don't change it up.
Yeah,
It's all 1 out. Go.
They're stale, and bro, they all want to back Griffin, but no one's playing for him.
Yeah, well, that's what they've done with what's his name.
With
Mary.
Mary, they done it with the sloth.
Yeah,
They've
they all
done it.
done. Oh, we
You
want
know
the coach here, but we're gonna play like.
But hey, we haven't seen something special from the Dragons since Widdop, like honestly.
Yeah, that was 2015 was probably our last good year. Where
Hey,
we
is that
got-
the last time he's made semis as well?
Yeah, we got knocked out against the Bulldogs.
Oh my God.
The last time I shed a tear for the Dragons, and I think after that, I was like, "Fuck these blokes! I can't put my heart and soul into these," and I still do
Hey, you
every
still do,
week.
yeah, we
Every
see-
week, I
we
still
see-
do.
We see
Yeah,
you every
we've
week,
been on the
mate.
same boat. At least you guys have been going for better than us.
Every week,
Past 3 years have been horrible for us.
yeah, but you're progressing, brother.
Yeah,
You've
now, we're progressing now.
got a coach. You've got a roster. Where do we go? We go backwards.
Yeah, you guys.
Give us Aaron Woods.
nothing. Yeah, well, hey.
Who's next to
hey,
retire?
hey,
We'll take
hey,
him.
it's
I reckon,
foreshadowing,
I
bro.
reckon,
They're
I
playing for the
reckon,
future.
I reckon you guys will sign
Jared.
Jared.
No, Jared's ready to
Time
retire.
out.
We'll take him on.
You get Tama back.
No, cuz Jared.
Luke Bowden.
We'll take Jared. Isn't he ready to retire?
Couldn't tell us play for the Dragons at one point.
They'll take him back.
To bring him on. But your problem is, bro, the end of games. Dragons crumbling in the second half. Happened against
Their
Brisbane
first
last
half
week.
was strong, and the first 70 minutes against the Brisbane was strong.
Yeah, 70 minutes. You guys was 18 all?
Yeah.
And then, bro,
And then what? 4 tries in 5-6
it
minutes.
was crazy. And then this week, second half,
Oh, that was disgusting.
That was even worse than the Brisbane
Hey,
game.
hey, like the Tigers, how Coruscant's doing everything by himself. Hunt's doing everything.
But
Yeah.
that's been the case.
Yeah, it's been the case for a
and
couple of years
our issue just gets worse when they want to get rid of Griffin. I don't see Griffin as a problem, to be honest.
no, I don't either. I think he's a very good coach.
But they want to get rid of Griffin, and who do they want to bring in? The likes of Dean Young,
No,
Ben Hornby, or
Like
Jason
ex-players,
Riles.
yeah,
They're all
ex-players,
ex-Dragons players. They're all going to have an agenda.
Well, like what Khayo said,
Yeah.
right? He's like, I don't want anyone from the Dragons to coach the Dragons.
No, I'd rather take Des Hasler, honestly. And he's the only candidate that I'm happy with right now, unless you leave Anthony Griffin, which if I was him, I wouldn't even reapply for the job.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I wouldn't reapply.
Find a player who coached the ex-team and went good.
No one.
Yeah,
The
it
last time
doesn't
he went good was Wayne Bennett.
It doesn't happen often.
I'll take him back. I don't care if he's 90 years old, brother. Sign him.
Yeah, like,
We have a habit of signing old people.
Roll in the coffin.
I remember when Fitler took over, nothing. We were
You
nothing.
You
can't.
know, it doesn't work often. It hardly works. Where
Ex-players just
ex-player.
it doesn't
But
work.
the Bulldogs have done it a lot. But this was in the 80s. I'm going back to my nerdiness. In the 80s was the first time we went away. We signed a guy called Warren Ryan in the 80s. We signed him as coach, and it was the first time that a non-Bulldog was actually coaching the Bulldogs.
And he's probably excelled.
We won a comp, but the year after it just all went to shit.
I'm happy to go to shit. Just win me a comp. Just win me a comp. And then you got Matt Cooper coming out and saying, which is he's right. Our the back line just can't defend for
Yeah,
shit.
he wants to come out and
They can't make a tackle to save their lives. and he wants to come out and coach him.
Bro, sit back. Go to your MMA gym. Go to
Hey,
your
wasn't
fucking
it you
shorts.
two that were saying Lomax is up here?
Well, he had the potential
Lomax
about 3
has the
years ago.
potential. He does. 100% he does. Lomax doesn't have potential.
Even Brad
When,
Fittler
come
saying
on,
it.
man.
when did he show you he had potential? When
His
did he
first
show you
season.
that?
Bro, his first season. Bro, there are games he'll play this year, and you go, why can't you play like that every game?
His game against Brisbane was good.
Very-
He killed it against Brisbane.
He actually. Did you watch the
I
game?
don't remember him killing it.
No, he.
I remember the one try assist, but
No. He's bro. Lomax is a very good player, but he's just very, very inconsistent. Very inconsistent.
Our problem is we have young kids on the edge, and they can't defend. They're not teaching him defense. They're not teaching him how to get under the high ball. What are you teaching them? Like
Yeah, you guys gotta bounce way
what
too
are
much.
you doing at training? Because you aren't getting under the high ball. The fullback and the wingers aren't communicating when the ball's getting kicked. They're letting it bounce. Like what are you doing at training?
There is a lot of problems with the Dragons. Man. Where do you start? I have no idea.
Yeah, look, the only solution is I want to get rid of the coach. Start cleaning out the roster.
100%.
Start signing people, brother. You're not signing anyone.
It's easier said than done.
No one wants to play for the Dragons.
It's easier said than
I
done.
feel
Because
like
what they
there's-
usually do, what clubs usually do, is instead of we've got 17 players here, it is much easier to sack one head coach, right? And that alleviates pressure off everyone else for around 2 months.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's so much easier than trying to sign 17. I agree with you. They need a massive clean out, bit by bit, player by player, right? Like what we're doing. We've still got a lot of players that have played the past 3 years for us in that team.
Yeah.
But we're slowly bringing in these new players.
And it's
We're
looking
signing with
different.
Preston from the Roosters. What a signing, man!
That was a masterstroke. No one even seen it coming.
I haven't even heard of him. But he's a gun. The guy.
Did you know who he was at the Roosters?
He's such a good player. We signed him.
You got to go out there. You got to scout young
gotta
kids.
scout.
You
You
got to
guys aren't doing
scout.
that.
We're not
I think
scouting.
you guys and Tigers are the worst at that.
Yeah, out scouting
Having the best juniors are just you can go.
because we don't scout. We have juniors, but we go out and we watch these old guys playing the actual sport in the NRL, and we're like, we'll take them instead
Yeah,
of
but
going
it's
to
like with
watch
Aaron-
the young talent.
But with Aaron Woods, I reckon when you signed Aaron Woods, I know he's gone now, but when you signed Aaron Woods, I reckon you watched a game from him when he played for Tigers. You just went that far back. He's fucking good. Let's sign him.
He's got potential.
Bro, because what
Bro, I
we're
can't
doing here
stand
to
Aaron
go,
Woods.
let's
I
sign
can't
Aaron
stand
Woods.
What-
As a Dragon, after what he done
Nah,
at the Bulldogs.
but you look at the Dragons. They can't sign anyone. They have to wait for someone to pick them.
Pay overs. We have to pay overs. We've paid overs.
But they guys are paying overs for retirees.
Well, overs. We
Yeah,
were
that's
supposed to sign Spencer Linu.
Yeah.
What
And
what
who's
happened there? He drove out from Penrith, I'm assuming, all the way to Wollongong, and no one was there to meet him.
Yeah.
Is that how you're going to
Well,
sign
that's the
players?
story. That's the story.
That's the story that's going around, and I believe it
I
because
believe it too. That's
Look,
the thing.
hey,
that
it's
the
a story
Dragons
going
will
around
do.
and Dragons haven't defended themselves.
Yeah, they haven't said anything.
So
All they do is sign the glitch.
The glitch, a good old glitch.
look,
He's
that-
good,
that-
he's
why
good,
do they
man.
feel like that will sign the old guys that can bring us? Yeah, they bring in experience, but you can't turn back the clock.
No, that's what they're trying to do, man. That's what they're trying to do. And honestly, in that Dragons team, I feel so sorry for Ben Hunt.
He's carrying the
I
world
really
on his
do. I feel
shoulders.
sorry for Ben Hunt. Let me say one good signing, underrated signing. I don't think it would be this good, but I thought it was a good signing.
Little? Yeah, he's playing good.
Because you guys needed an out and out number 9.
I'll tell you what we need. If we sign those two,
The,
Back
They're
rowers.
signing. That's done.
if they come this year and we can bleed them in slowly, I feel like that. What's his name? Kikau? Is that no, not Kikau. What's
Fafita.
Fafita?
He's the one with a lot of raps behind him.
Apparently, he's the next big thing. Chuck him in the second row.
Yeah, you got nothing to lose.
Chuck him in the second row. The other guy play him off the bench. We don't need Moses Mbai.
No.
We don't need Moses Mbai playing. And every time we take him off and Little comes on, we start to play better.
Yeah.
And then you bring him back on in the second half, and that's
gets
when we
the
leak all our points.
Yeah.
He's
even
too
last
old.
week was the same thing. I remember.
Is Little an 80-minute player?
You can.
Yeah, he can play 80 minutes. Hookers can play 80 minutes, man. If you're a hooker that can't play 80 minutes,
Why are you a hooker?
Work on your game, honestly. Hookers should be 80-minute players, man.
You've been playing since your junior grades as a hooker. You're playing 80 minutes. Maybe 60 minutes when you're young.
It's
but
not
when
hard.
you get up there, you're playing 80 minutes. It shouldn't be any harder.
It's not hard for them to get a break as well, man. As a hooker, it's not hard. All you have to do, if you want to break, you literally just follow the rock and pass the ball.
And you watch the NRL these days, the hooker's not always there.
Yeah, they have a break.
You got your centre will come in and throw.
Scoot. There's
scoot.
scoot. But you guys don't, like there's scoot sets where the backs will come in and literally 4 tackle scoots with a kick.
Yeah. The
Dragons don't do that.
Dragons don't do
They
nothing.
don't do that.
We barely one out run. We will pick the ball up from dummy half. If Little is on, he will take a scoot and he'll pop the ball off. We'll make a bit of meters. If we have Moses Mbai playing that hooker, he will take it, throw it to the first forward he sees, and we're not making meters. Where he's getting dragged back because he's giving him a flat ball. He's not giving him much room
A
to
ball
run.
doesn't even expect.
You still race Sloan?
I do. I see potential in
rating?
him. I do. I see potential in
What
him.
do you reckon about Sloan?
I'm honestly waiting for the day he says, "Alright, I've had enough."
No, but he's improved.
Oh, he's improved, but
He's improved, but he's not like prime Duffy.
You can see
oh mate,
that,
prime don't bring up
Dufty?
Dufty.
that
Pocket rocket.
Puff the Magic Dragon. He was amazing.
At the Bulldogs,
Not at the
superstar.
ball. Yeah,
Love
but
him.
he's not like the Tigers. You sign anyone to make him shit.
Not anymore.
Yeah. What about Kikia?
Kick out, cuz the way we're using him. Just wait, bro. When we win the
Burton
premiership
was a
next
superstar.
year, when we win the premiership next year, come talk to me.
Yeah, Sloan. You gotta have confidence in him.
Who you gonna play?
You've
Who
seen
would
from
you
the
play?
start of he's been
Who would you play at fullback?
he's been averaging good
If
points
I'm honest,
on Supercoach.
if it's not Luke Brooks, Moses Mboy.
At fullback for the Dragons.
Luke Brooks.
Moses Mboy.
Where'd you get Luke Brooks from? Where'd you get
Just
Luke
sign
Brooks
him.
from?
Sure, just
Oh,
sign him.
just sign him just
Just sign him.
for a laugh.
Just sign him. Maybe stick to Uncle Nick. We don't have that much in the salary sombrero.
To dig.
Don't have to get the Roosters, bro. Going back-to-back comps.
All right, so that's the this round's wrap up. We'll just finish off with just a few random questions.
Fine, man.
3 top sporting moments ever.
That's a big one.
I think one of them, and you're not gonna like this. Number 3 will be the Anzac Day in 2012.
How is that one of the greatest?
Yeah,
moments?
it's for him, cuz they've
You know why it's great for me? Because we beat
No,
you.
no,
Because
oh,
we
oh.
beat you.
All right,
That's why it's one of my greatest moments.
Go.
I really don't care about that
What
win.
about the 2010 grand final?
That was so boring. I can't even put it up there.
It's got brings
But
But
back the
because
game.
Billy, I know he was sitting there
You've
at
been
home.
alive for 27 years, and that's your greatest moment.
You know why?
Leave him alone, he said shit.
I can picture you sitting at home, Billy, and you had a smirk on your face ready to message me,
I
right?
was at a charity All-Star camp, thank you very much.
You were ready to
With
send
this
me,
guy's will.
send me a nice message.
Will we?
Yeah, with Talau and all that.
2012?
Oh, yeah, was that it?
That's the game, yeah.
He was a bouncing ball in 2012.
No, was it?
Oh, no, you weren't.
Oh, yeah, I was.
Well, it was
2012.
2012.
When Wayman takes a hit up.
Yeah, and Ben Cray scored.
Yeah, Ben
Yeah.
Cray scored.
Other than play then.
Oh, okay.
No, you weren't. You were sitting on your couch. You were ready to message me. I know this.
No, trust
Because
me.
that's the type of
This is
human
why
you
it's
are.
his moment.
You know, if it was any other team that it happened, I would not even remember it. But because it's you, and we don't beat you as much often, and you have been making my life a living hell for the past couple of years, it
I
has to
say
be.
nothing to you, I say everything to him.
Yeah, but it hurts me, man. Like we rip
it's
on him.
collateral damage. You're fucking.
Yeah, it hurts you like Nico Hines does. Anyways, go.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Number 2.
Ben Cray slugging his one. It was nice. Number 2 was what did I say?
You said the City goal.
The City goal, the Balotelli's only assist.
In the Premier League.
Where Aguero scores that goal.
Ah, the winning goal.
And Man United is just devastated because they thought they had won
But
it.
that, as a United fan, like it hurts, but it's such an iconic moment in sport, man. Like the way it pans, when United, because the game at United finishes first.
Yeah, they had
And
about
they're
5
walking
minutes
off,
before.
and like Ferguson has a smile on his face, and Rooney's like looking at the crowd, and the crowd's like they're losing, they're losing.
Yeah.
And then
There was extra time. What was that, 97th minute or
But
something?
when that happened, I think it was City were down by a goal.
I think it was 2-1.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was 2-1. City were down by a goal. Dzeko scored.
Yeah,
and Aguero scored
and that's right, in the 97th, yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, are you telling me it doesn't look like QPR let them win?
Yeah, it does look like it. Like QPR fans, players were celebrating with them after.
Yeah, it's not just me, okay.
They were celebrating with them after.
But oh, you know what? It'll be biased. I can't ask you the question because you're both United fans. Would you rather United or City win? I'd rather City win. So
That's because you go for it.
Why the fuck do you want City to win?
because I support them.
Me. Yeah, why are you asking me?
All right, but outside of the circle, right? If you didn't support either.
Okay, give me a different club. City or who? Don't say Liverpool. Don't fucking say Liverpool. Don't say Liverpool.
All right. Well, I'll say Chelsea or City.
That's so fucking shit.
Chelsea's
I hate Chelsea.
disgusting,
Wallah, I
bro.
hate Chelsea. I'd
Say
say
Arsenal.
Chelsea.
Say Arsenal.
I'd say Chelsea.
I was gonna say Arsenal, but Arsenal's.
don't
you
care.
can't hate Arsenal.
I'd rather Chelsea win.
Would you?
100% I'd rather
You
Chelsea
hate City that much?
It's not I hate them, I just don't like them.
Why? Is it because of the Manchester thing?
It's the Manchester.
It's probably
thing.
because of Dan though, bro.
Yeah.
That's new. Wallah,
That's
like
new,
I
yeah.
used to I used to enjoy watching him. But ever since that bloke, ever since he started supporting him,
He has
why?
been.
When did he jump on the bandwagon?
A good time. I feel like it's a perfect time to
When
jump
did
on the
he-
bench.
when did he jump-
Khayo in his head rent free, mate. So if you're watching,
Jump
You're
on the
living in it.
bandwagon.
Living in it.
Jump on the
Correct.
bandwagon. Anyway, I wanted to message him today about the Dragons loss, but then
You
I
can't,
remember,
he's
I
too
remember
cute.
the doggies lost.
He's too cute. You
I
can't.
mean, he's
message
cute.
him.
The guy's evil, bro. He looks cute and nice.
He messaged me. He was so depressed. I can't.
oh, was it? And what did he say, please?
He said our season's over.
It's round 4.
I love Dragons fans. I love them.
It's round 4, brother.
Number one moment, I think, is when Conor McGregor taps out against Khabib.
I love that.
I love that moment.
That is fucking hectic. We were watching together, yeah?
Yeah.
A side note, if I'm being honest, the third one instead of the Roosters game could be when, and I do hate Conor McGregor, but when he knocked out Aldo in 5 seconds.
Get out of it. I fucking hate that day. Wallah, I hate that day.
That was Collingwood, bro.
Yeah, it was at Collingwood. At the Colo.
They call it wedges.
Yeah,
The Colo.
You know who you are.
The Colo. Anyway. So, bro, that fucking hate. I remember sitting there, and I'm the only one that wanted Aldo to win.
Yeah, the whole pub jumped.
Bro, white people running up to me, people I've never seen before. Yeah, the Collingwood's a pub, guys.
You know why? 'Cause
Yeah, but I didn't want to drop it.
Yeah, but they set up a room where you can watch fights. You don't have to drink alcohol there.
You know why? Because you show passion even when there's random people around. You were cheering, the only man cheering there. Of course they're gonna piss on
Bro,
you when it
fuck
happens.
It was what, 12 seconds? Like I sat there and I watched, bro, I've watched UFC for a very, very long time. MMA in general, very long time. You know how long I've been watching since high school.
Yeah.
And Aldo he'd never been knocked out to that point. No one's got close to beating him, and he knocks him out in 12
But
seconds.
you know what's more crazy than that?
The
The clip that him training that exact punch right before he came out.
That was crazy.
He ended him with one punch.
He's a freak. Connor's a freak, and he's fighting soon against Chandler.
Yeah. 2
And
weeks.
my brother was talking to me about it today. He goes, "Oh, you think Chandler's gonna win?" Hey, no,
No, I don't think
I don't think Chandler's gonna win.
I don't think
Isn't China that big, thick bloke?
Him,
Oh,
yeah, the
short one?
short, thick guy, yeah.
I
I
can't say
think Conor McGregor absolutely pumps him. Why? Because
Chandler can take him
Bro,
down.
no, but he's an idiot. Chandler's one of them just white American rednecks.
To run in.
You just fight, just bleed, yeah. Them guys. You know what I'm talking about? You know the props that we played with growing up. We just give them the ball and they run on a brick wall.
Wait, bro, wait.
Like you remember that Luke Page?
Yes,
He was on top of
yeah.
it.
Give him the ball, just run.
Yeah, he's running straight out of
That's what this guy is, bro. He can wrestle. If he takes him down, he'll beat him easy. It'll be the easiest win of his career. But he's gonna want to stand with him. And McGregor's stand up, as much as I hate him, is elite, bro. Elite.
A lot of the time faultless.
It's elite. He's so fast, accurate. He's a gun.
He was.
Nah, his striking is like, it's second nature to him.
Is he going to be a lot slower now that he's munching the gear? Bro, he doesn't
I
even
know.
have a
He
neck
looks
anymore.
like Brock Lesnar,
He
bro.
doesn't have a neck anymore.
He's you know he's not even in the testing pool. They're not testing him right now.
They'll test him after the fight.
After the fight, and he'll get done for it. But too bad, bro. We've made all the money.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
UFC here, bro. We'll pay for your fine.
That's true.
And now go live out the rest of your life. 20 million in your bank. That's how it's gonna happen. I swear.
hope
Same thing
that's
happened with
how it
Brock
always
Lesnar.
That's how it
Brock
always
Lesnar in
happens.
UFC 200 when he came back.
Yeah.
Same exact thing.
He was on it.
He wasn't, bro. He was on steroids. He was in WWE. He came into the thing. They're like, oh, we want to tested him after the fight.
What about that guy that kicked him in the sternum and beat? He was
Over
on,
him, yeah.
He was on gear hard.
Over him.
Alistair
God,
over him.
you know what his excuse was to being on steroids? It's like I had some tainted horse meat.
Is that what it was?
Okay, first of all, who the fuck eats horse?
I love to play horse.
Unless you're Islander. Love your Islanders, but you still they love their horse there. This guy's eating horse and he's saying it's tainted with what, bro?
With the
So this
steroid
guy's
pump.
eating a horse tainted steroid. What a tank!
But have you seen him after the steroids?
Yeah, bro. He's nothing.
Daniel.
Even his body. Go
No.
look at his body.
Has he got
check.
smaller? I haven't
He's
seen
got-
him.
he's shrunk?
Droopy. No,
Oh, the
he's
droopy
shrunk.
fat, the nip, like the tip.
Yeah, like he
You
looks
see,
saggy.
everything's soft. He looks soft.
And he's just not performing. Hey,
I haven't watched him in a long time.
what
he's out of the UFC.
What are your top three?
My top three. I've thought about it, so it's changed. Right. So number 3 is just for how big it was, how crazy it was. We've all seen the clip. The Troy Deeney goal for Watford against Leicester. I think it was either the game to get him back to the Premier League or the playoff game. Look at it. That's a transformation.
Oh, wow.
That's one fight after the other.
Hey.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Cool.
Is that over him?
Yeah, that's crazy.
We'll share that on the podcast.
Yeah. So anyway, the Troy Deeney goal was either to get him to Wembley to play.
I think it was to get him back into the Premier
It's
League.
either that. I can't remember. I have to search it up.
I mean, the way they celebrated, surely it's Premier League.
Don't
But
wait,
just the way it
everyone-
happened.
Surely, bro.
The
Yeah, I
guy
know.
takes a dive. Knockout takes a dive to get the penalty. Clear dive gets a penalty. He takes the penalty,
Misses it.
but double save
Yeah,
by the keeper,
yeah.
and then the ball gets flung up to
Sent.
the other side of the field, cross to a header, and Deeney just comes
That
in,
volley.
bro. And then the way they all run onto the field,
Is there a better fucking finish?
I love that, bro. Than a volley.
Then that volley,
I love
and
a
then
volley
the
in
crowd
general.
just
Bro,
storming the pitch.
Takes his shirt off, runs into the crowd. They storm the pitch.
Hey, you just want to be there. Eh?
Bro,
What a
it's
moment.
hectic. Like, that is something, that's why at rugby league, you'll never see that, bro. You'll
You,
never see
you
that.
storm the pitch in a rugby league game, you're getting wrangled by security.
That's what I'm saying,
$5,000 fine.
Everyone's getting pumped.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I love that moment. You got number 2 for me.
You better think hard about this one, Bill.
I'm
Number 2
struggling,
for
mate.
me, Conor McGregor. His first loss in the UFC
Nate
against
Diaz.
Nate Diaz, where he tapped him out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I was watching that with my cousin, who's a hardcore Conor McGregor fan. And when I seen him tap, I was watching it in Arncliffe with all my cousins.
Oh, yeah.
That area. I got up out of my seat and started running.
Oh, don't say that on camera, bro.
I started running.
Don't say that on camera, bro. Just keep it to yourself.
I got up and I started running down the street. Alright, so I'll never forget that. I love that moment. And number 1, because I thought about it, I can't believe I forgot this the first time we were talking about this. The Bulldogs 2004 Grand Final. For me, I can't have it.
Why is it that you both have to bring up Roosters as well?
It's got nothing to do with the Roosters. I don't even say
Look,
Roosters.
the fact that you're in both grand finals is nice. What do you
He
want?
literally said,
I know you're having a dig, like
I'm not having
indirectly.
a dig.
You're indirectly having a dig.
If the Dragons were there,
My
I'd be
top
happy.
3 moments are all Dragons.
he literally said, when the Dragons beat the Roosters at the Anzac game.
That is true.
I said the Bulldogs 2004 Grand Final win. We could have beaten anyone. I don't care. Bro, I was 10. And wahat Allah, I remember before the game started, I sat there and I prayed like 40 extra rakat. I swear to God. 40
What was the
prayers.
score? 16-13, that day?
16-13.
Yeah, when Michael Cocker dropped the ball.
Michael, yeah, from the...
Who won it? Utah? Was it Utah? over the
Hazem or
Hazem?
Try, yeah.
The double movement.
Not
yeah.
double movement.
Double movement.
Not double
Oh,
we
is that
spoke
where...
to,
He was in the try line. It's not a double move.
no, but we
Yeah,
spoke
but
to
you're
him after. Do
tackled.
you remember you asked him?
You're tackled and then you jump out of
Do you
the
remember you
tackle.
asked him?
No.
Do you remember you asked him? He's like to me, mate, Hazem was a double movement. It was double movement.
No.
I swear to God. Is that what he said?
Something like
He
that.
said
But
something
the
like
thing
that.
is, he can say it all he wants now. You can't change anything.
Yeah, but that for me, because I was 10, that was like my first year fully watching rugby league. Bro.
Did it put your heart at ease that he admitted it?
Made it worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Made it worse.
You shouldn't even have asked.
Yeah, I cried that game. It was fucking amazing. I loved it.
But you cried when John Wick's dog.
You know what?
Yeah, but that was sad, man, that
Hey,
dog. What the dog do?
I'm going to admit something I've never admitted before.
Yeah, 2010.
2004, when the
Yeah.
Doggies won, a little part of me in my heart, because I was at one of the boys' house watching it, he's a Doggy supporter, wanted to jump on the bandwagon. I was this close to going to
saying
Belmore. This close to going to Belmore.
Why are you saying that?
But then my blood started flowing. It's red, brother. I can't help it.
You know,
It's red.
if you were a boy. Oh my god.
Your blood's red, yeah?
Wow.
Manchester United?
No, that's my veins are blue.
Bulldogs.
Oh, I can't win.
All right,
Was
so
that-
yeah,
Well, he's got
Number
the
two?
best of both.
no, that's my top 3. So Troy Deeney, Conor McGregor tap in like a bitch, and Hazem Mazri's double movement try.
That's your number 1.
That's my number 1. The
He's
Bulldogs
taking
win the
his
grand
running
final.
And now he's having a dig. Now he's having a dig.
Bulldogs in the grand
Have you
final.
changed to 3 Bulldogs?
So number
now?
3 is when we beat Dragons of 10 years straight.
Yeah, what's number 3?
Oh man. Number 3 would have to be 2011 or 12 when Roosters won in the last second against the Rabbitohs.
I can't remember.
Was that Take
didn't
Me
it?
Now, UFC? I've
No, that's
seen
when
it.
the
that
Rabbitohs won
one.
at the end of the year.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but the
But both of them did it the same
2012?
year.
Yeah,
That's
2012.
not- yeah,
That's
The
when
Minicello.
number three.
Minicello! Yeah, that one.
Minicello. Yeah, that was good.
Because
Could
I
go find a
remember,
clip for that, it's good.
I remember my dad was sitting next to me,
And your dad's a South
and my
fan.
dad's a South fan. He's a shit. You go for the wrong team. You're Lebanese and you go for a shit team. You're a Jew. All this stuff, right? That's what he was saying to me.
Yeah,
And I gave up hope. I was sitting on the couch, little tears in my eye.
yeah.
Never been put on in my life. And when Minicello scored that, I just got up and started screaming, man. To the point where he told me to go to my room. That's how bad it was.
Can I ask something? But is there not a better way? Like when he is rustling your feathers and you get that win, is there any greater feeling?
No, 100%.
That is a
See,
moment.
my dad is a man like this. He won't come up to you and say, "Oh, Dragons are shit." No, the Dragons playing well.
Give you the side eyes.
That your heart just.
Like, I can't hit you. I want to hit you, but I can't.
Do you see where he gets it from?
Yeah, I get it. I understand it.
Today the Dragons are getting pumped. I get just the Dragons emblem
Yeah,
sent to me.
On the chat.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. No. That was for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It wasn't
not
for you, it wasn't for you.
Everything I say, and it's for him. And for Hiya.
That's like you trying to throw it. That's like you trying to throw a dagger at him, but it comes this way.
Yeah, I know.
It comes this way, then it bounces off and goes that
I
way.
get it.
Number 2 would have to be the back-to-back premierships.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Oh,
good,
that's
man.
elite.
that's,
We can't even mention that.
See, that would have been number 1, but number 1,
Well, you can. But
Yeah, but I wasn't alive back
number
then.
1, and and all Roosters fans will agree with me, was that tackle last week
On Latrell Mitchell?
on Latrell Mitchell and the photo that came out with it.
Look, I don't think all Roosters fans will agree with you on that
All
one.
Roosters fans
Forgot that
agree.
happened.
I think
All
just
Roosters fans hate Latrell Mitchell
he's a grub.
as a. Oh,
If you like Joseph Manu, you can't like Latrell Mitchell.
yeah, look, Latrell Mitchell. I'm not his greatest fan.
Yeah, that's it. Let's leave it there.
I'm not a Roosters fan. I'm not his greatest fan.
And look, I want the producer to please upload the photo I'm talking about to this podcast, please. When I said that, that photo is now
You'll find it on his Facebook as
it is
his,
now my
as
cover
his
photo on Facebook.
So it's easy to find.
Until Latrell beats us, that's staying there. And that's my number one. I don't care. That's it.
All right, so that's our top 3.
Can I throw a quick question?
Yeah.
I think just while we're early, who is your premiership prediction?
Ooh, to win the comp?
Yeah,
Do you want to go first?
I was going to say Roosters, but I feel like the Rabbitohs are going to find form towards the end of the year and they'll take it
Yeah,
out.
Rabbitohs getting 30 kilos a week, eh?
I'm sorry.
I'll go second. I wanted you to go first because I don't want to say mine first.
Hey, yours is the same thing.
Rabbitohs.
Yeah.
I think Rabbitohs win the comp. It's nothing against you.
Hey, it's a two-man podcast next week, bro. What's happening to you two?
Well,
I just
we
think
say
they're going
it-
to win.
say it
I've
early.
said it from the beginning of the year.
Manly's going to take a decline, even though they're playing great right
Travojevic
now.
will get injured.
Travojevic is
If
going to do his
Travojevic-
ACL sometime.
If Travojevic doesn't get injured, they're up there. Honest to God, they're up there.
There's no way he's playing 27 games without pulling
No,
a hamstring or doing an ACL. It's just
very
in his blood.
That's very true.
Nah, Roosters win.
Roosters win the comp?
None bias. Roosters win.
Honestly,
Shut the fuck up, not biased.
You said Roosters at the start of the year.
No, I did. I said that last year.
yeah, you did. You weren't. It was
Wallah, I
this year.
said, Wallah was last year.
Anyway,
Last year was Roosters.
Roosters will win.
I would be happy for Roosters over Rabbitohs to win it because I can't stand Cody Walker.
Yeah, I hate Cody Walker.
And seeing a smile on his face will literally ruin the rest of my year.
Like, just imagine it.
Bro,
They win the premiership. Cody Walker walked to the crowd crying. If I see him crying, I'm driving to ANZ Stadium,
Just to take a photo?
and on camera we can't see.
We're going to shoot.
Hey,
We're going to get cancelled after 1 week. Alright, listen. I don't want to see the Roosters win that grand final because we've been struggling. I need this guy struggling with us, bro.
But
We haven't won in 2 years.
You know what the thing is?
Oh, no way!
They've been that high. He can't get any higher. So he can't shit on our team. We're like, all right, we get it. You're good. We're over
I
it.
don't even shit on you guys. I used to shit on him when Bulldogs were good.
I put up my phone. Abu Dragon's emblem.
For him again.
Yeah, don't take it personally, cuz.
I can't see Walker. Like other than Walker, the only person I wouldn't from now and when I used to watch it would be Justin Hodges. I would not like to see him win a premiership either.
Yeah.
Them
Oh,
two
yeah, let's go. 3 most hated rugby league players ever.
ever.
Ever. Not now, ever.
I think you
Yeah,
skipped me for
Cody Walker. He has to be up there.
Is that ever?
Yeah, I can't stand
Wow, okay.
it. Justin Hodges and probably Will Chambers.
Oh, yeah, he was a
He was the
fuckwit,
world.
bro. He was a fuckwit. I forgot that cunt existed.
He was a
And A
world.
level.
Yeah, he was a
Fucking
world.
mutt. What about you? I hated him. Wallah. I forgot
I'm
he
pretty sure we
existed.
can skip me straight up.
Yeah, don't worry about
Latrell,
it. Latrell Mitchell, Cody Walker.
Latrell Mitchell.
No, literally Latrell.
Latrell.
Oh, I don't know.
Just name him. Latrell, Cody Walker.
Latrell, Cody Walker, and Mitchell Moses.
Seriously?
I cannot stand his smile.
Why? Because he didn't sign for the Roosters?
Hey, if he signed, it would be.
I would have left the Roosters.
He would have loved him.
I would
Top 3
have
players in the league.
left the Roosters.
No, you wouldn't.
I'll go for the Tigers.
That's a big call. I think if I'm jumping ship, I'm going to the Dolphins.
Not Gutherson, Billy?
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
you know what? He's right. Gutherson.
Ooh.
King Guther.
That little hip thrust he does when he scores.
Okay, so we'll take Latrell out. And we'll put
No.
Guther in.
Either Latrell takes all 3 or we could take top 1.
Okay, put him at 1.
Latrell's a grub.
Ali?
Just move on from Latrell.
I'll go in order. The whole Manly squad from 2003 2013.
So that's about 18, 17 players.
Steve Maddai, Watmo, Brett Stewart, Glenn Stewart, all of them.
Welcome to top 3 hated players.
Grubs.
17, 18 players. as well.
Grubs. Them 3. I'll put them as one. That's one full team. Couldn't stand it.
Okay,
Hated it.
I'll-
That's
I'll
why I
let-
hate Manly now.
I'll let that slide. yeah.
Okay.
Number 2.
Justin Hodges.
You can't go past him.
Absolute
We all agree with
fuckwit.
that. No, we all
You
agree.
can't go past him.
Prick. Absolute prick. I hated him. And number 3.
Say
The
Latrell.
biggest fuckwit in rugby
Say
league
Latrell,
history.
Mitchell, say Latrell.
If I see this guy on the
I
street,
know who he's saying.
I'll
It's
Cody
headbutt
Walker.
him. Jamie Soward.
Oh, yeah.
The big red V man.
I fucking hate Jamie Soward. And you know, when I married my wife, I was talking to her about footy. Like one of the first conversations we ever had. I think Oh, it was after we got married. If you told me this when we were engaged,
Oh, you couldn't
I
get away
fucking
after
in the head
that.
and walked out. But it was too late after that. I put a ring around the finger. I'm like, oh, who do you go for? She goes, oh, the I grew up watching the Dragons.
She's
Who's your favourite player? Jamie Soward. I threw up a little.
she's got, what? You got married a smart woman.
It
What are
was
you complaining
disgusting.
about?
No, I married an
She
idiot.
didn't tell you I'm a fucking Bulldog supporter.
She should have said that.
When your wife sees this video, mate, good luck.
You reckon?
You just called her an idiot on
Oh,
camera.
yeah, I did shit. Sorry, babe, love you.
We'll have another host next week.
No, so anyway, Jamie Soward, what he done to me personally in
He
2000,
did nothing to you personally.
2009, put the clip up, find the clip. It's very hard to find, it's grainy because I've tried to find it just to relive the day I nearly died. I had high blood pressure. Wallah, I had high blood pressure as a kid. And apparently I fainted.
What?
Wahiyat Allah, apparently I passed out.
It was not that deep.
Bro, my parents woke me up. It was like 10:30 at night. My dad took me to Kasula Moor to go for a walk.
Because I'm
He bought you an ice cream or something?
He took me for, yeah, wallah, he did. He bought me ice cream. He was like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And like, my brother's walking next to me, like, just staring at me the whole time. I'm like, what's happening, bro?
He thought you were dying, man.
But I was telling my dad, I'm like, I can't go to school tomorrow. I mean, I can't go to school next week. I can't go to school.
It's because of me?
No.
Okay.
Because
Because I wasn't a fuck.
There was a teacher who supported the Dragons.
Yeah. No, he very well.
Okay, and I told my dad, if he walks up to me, I'm like, wallah, I'm going to hit him.
It wasn't.
Wallah, I told my dad, if he walks up to me, wallah, I'm going to hit him.
Does he know this?
I think I've told him this, I don't know. He's going to know
No, now he does.
He's gonna know now. Anyway, yeah, so that fucking obstruction play, man. Wallah, it
You
was
know
such
what?
a big game.
I remember that game because my mum promised to take me to that game. And my family lives in Cogra.
Yeah.
So we went to my grandparents' house, and the stadium's about a 5-minute walk. We walked to the stadium. That day, it was sold out. And I had one of my closest friends that came down with me, and we couldn't get into the game. So we ended up going back home. And when Jamal Idris scored that try, he called me over the phone, and he started laughing. And then when he got knocked, and then he hung up, and the video referee decision came up as no try, I blew up his phone for about half an hour. This bloke went MIA, didn't pick up, and I think I didn't see him for a week. He just did not want to hear it from
Bro,
me.
that was actually one of my worst sporting moments of my life. Wahiyat Allah. I've never felt like that before. Like, it's straight like someone robbed me.
But
It was robbery. Wallah, it was. But that's fucking rugby league. That's exactly what we were saying earlier.
Oh, yeah.
You don't fucking know. Flip a coin.
if we're taking
Remember
it
when
back,
I seen that?
if we're taking it back to 2009 and it was happening back
Yeah,
then, it's never going to change.
Hey, this guy saw the ref at Olympic Park.
Do you remember?
I saw him.
I seen him and I called that. What was his name? Oh, I forgot his name. I yelled out to him, "Oi!" And you're the ref. You're the video ref 2009. He put his head down, started walking.
Hey, mind you,
Because knows I would have dropped him.
He was 22 or something.
Yeah, I was a full grown man. Like,
He's never.
kid, man.
How old is he now? He still hasn't grown up.
yeah, wallah.
But have any of us?
That is true.
I feel like I have that all.
Oh yeah, you're a mature man. Anyway, our guest host next week's Latrell Mitchell. See how grown up you are then.
All right, well, I guess that is the first episode done.
I feel like it was a great.
Good episode.
Did you enjoy it?
Enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
We're done well.
All right, we just need to get some editing done. Hopefully, this episode will be dropped by Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever producer works her magic.
We're hoping Monday, Tuesday.
All right, so yeah, so it'll drop around then. But just for future, any future reference, we're going to leave all our socials in the comment section and the description section. So go through, follow the Facebook, the Instagram, and the TikTok. Any comments, any questions you guys have for next week, DM us. We'll probably put up a story throughout the week on our Instagram. Comment any question, we'll answer it about any sport. We watch a lot of sport. We're majority talk about rugby league today because the football is on a international break, which I fucking hate international breaks.
And nothing else has been on, so
Yeah, so the UFC's back with
in 2 weeks, hopefully.
in 2 weeks' time with Adesanya versus Pereira for the title, which is going to be a huge fight. So any questions about MMA, soccer, UFC, boxing, anything.
You can ask anything,
rugby
really,
league, even anything personally you want to know about us. We're going to try to grow this channel with you guys as a
family.
as a family, as a following, and we'll just we'll do this. We just three blokes who love talking about sport, and that's it really. So
We're hoping we kept you entertained and you liked the episode.
and we'll get more comfortable as this grows, and yeah. So we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll hope to see you next week.
All right, take care, guys.
See you
Peace.
later.